Trash to Cash podcast, episode 104. It's getting long, these numbers.
Yeah.
We're pretty awesome at podcasts.
Well, I can't even
Is
count
it
this
5?
high at this point. Over
I'm
40.
I don't know the difference between 4 and 5. Ask anyone.
Let me look for you.
Kevin, I'm coming off a little high today because I think I got my first ever good piece of glass at a garage.
Oh,
sale.
Really? Murano?
See it?
I know you
Swung
overpaid on
vase?
some. You overpaid on some
Vans-
autographs. I know
Vans
that
La
much.
Chantel. Vans
Ooh.
La Chantel.
Ah.
You
From
Google
Paris.
Lens that. Google
What's
Lens that. Did you call Tim or Google Lens that thing?
I talked to Tim.
All right. Carrie is ridiculously loud, just FYI. Like, it's blowing out my ears.
So
Is that better? I turned it down.
Yeah.
Still pretty loud.
I can turn. Do you want me to just mute it or?
Yeah, just actually delete yourself out of the show would be good.
All right, man. I guess I don't have feelings now.
See you next week, Carrie.
Okay, so I didn't Google Lens it at the sale. I just saw it and had one of those gut reactions like, wow, this looks like a really nice piece of glass.
I had
Like,
a
how,
gut reaction.
How do you even make something like that? It's
Taco
crazy.
Just-
And so then I just messaged Tim now, and he's like, look up this name. It's probably a $100 to $200 piece of glass. I paid $5 for it.
Very
Well done.
nice.
So that's pretty awesome.
Very nice.
Nicely
Um,
done.
Well, you know,
Carrie
when you
Wells
buy
Pigler.
everything at a yard sale, something's got to be worth something. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, when you
Carrie
stage
Wells
a yard
Pigler's
sale.
in the house. Carrie
Yeah,
Wells
the
Pigler's
Carrie
in the
Wells
house.
Pickler is in the house. That's my new name.
I'm ADH Dave. Down below is Kevin the Commonwealth Picker, by the way.
That's
Welcome
what I
to our
think I
show.
should name if I do the roast channel. It should just be called Carrie Wells Pickler.
Oh, dude, did you
Yeah.
record one for the
like-
end of this episode?
It's like Renix P sale.
Oh, were we doing it this week? I didn't, but I can do one.
We did nothing, guys. We have a whole bunch of stuff we owe you guys, and we've done none of it.
Yes.
So let's go
Trashy
through what we
or-
I
owe
can
you.
do it before the video comes out on Tuesday. So yes, I
You
can do it.
could. You could. We also need to do jelly hands. You need to
we
motivate
just did. We
some
did one
folks.
live at the.
Yeah. We did
wow.
do-
No, they
Yeah,
paid.
but
They paid like $400 for that jelly
That
hand.
was-
I don't think that.
Mike got
charity.
ripped off. He got
Just
ripped
FYI.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
is
I
charity.
just heard. I was listening to Roman's show. We got to go through the list, like
Why?
you said. But I was listening to
Hey,
Roman's
we've-
show. I'm trying to say something here.
I know
Carrie.
we've done 105 videos without kicking off a member of our podcast. We should get a medal or something. Sorry, go ahead.
I haven't done that. I've only done 90 videos without
That's true.
kicking off at any rate. But what was I saying? See, you interrupted
Some
my
about
story.
We're
Roman,
talking
some about
about the
Roman.
reseller rally.
I hear that there's Roman said in his chat that there's people in other chats that's saying that we're not donating that money. So Carrie,
What?
you're keeping that money. I'm keeping the money.
There we go.
That's bull
what's
crap.
going
Are
on.
there people really saying
there's
that?
nothing I love
Kevin
more
always
than
can find someone trash talking
So-
him.
but I've
so that
got
he can
this
make a video
he's
about
good.
it.
He's got the sixth sense when it comes to that.
So
He always finds it.
I'm going to tell everybody they know Jenna. We talk about Jenna and Ever Leslie bookkeeping. So I'm just going to send all the people to her and bug her for the next couple weeks, and just she can tell them if we did or not. So,
I
Carrie,
love the internet with unsubstantiated claims. They're just great. with that.
I will say though, Carrie, you deserve something for that. That was
I do.
there was
I
no
do.
showers around or anything.
No,
and
there's
you
no
took-
showers.
That was
I got wet naps
impressive.
from Arcade Treasure
I sent
Center
him a picture of
from his-
myself shirtless as a reward.
No.
So I feel like that's
That
probably
was.
enough.
I put it in the stash with the others.
We could take money from the kids at St. Jude and give it to you if you'd like.
No,
Carrie,
we're not
you
cool
know,
with that.
Carrie's
We're gonna-
needy.
I thought we're giving all the money to the St. Jude. Yeah, give it all to them. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just
Okay, Kevin, can we talk about how like I was just pointing out a little something about your trailer last week? You use it as a video topic?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My
Goodness
unrelated
gracious.
comment?
He is scraping the
No.
bottom of the barrel. We
No.
all know you have a trailer. Why don't you
Controversial topic.
brag about it for 7 minutes?
It
17.
wasn't my plan. The video, my videos are longer, 17 minutes.
Yeah.
The video topic was about the trailer. I didn't plan on using your comment. It just came up in like stream of consciousness while I was
Okay.
You
talking
had-
about it.
You had so many bracelets on. Like you had double the normal amount of bracelets. It was
Yeah, what's
you had
happening? Is
you
it
had
a
7
bracelet day?
Isaiah House bracelets. You had a bunch of
No.
dangly ones. You looked like you were about to go off the top rope as the new Ultimate Warrior. That's what I felt.
I
like.
want to let you guys know I've completely changed my opinion on swag bags. Completely
Oh,
done a 180. I've done a 180.
because of
360.
public opinion.
No, because I sold my reseller rally swag bag
On
for
Whatnot.
$43
Oh,
on
dude,
Whatnot.
sell
Carrie,
that. That's a good idea.
Sell that crap,
Yeah.
bro.
That's why Dawn
Great
took
value.
4 of them when she got off the boat. She's
That's like
oh,
half the
they
price
had
of the
that?
ticket.
I don't have a drink. This is cool.
That's like
Yeah.
half the price of the reseller rally
Just
ticket.
think
for the
if
swag
you
bag.
would have taken next one, Dave. You got to take the swag bag around and have everybody sign it.
Mm.
Here's
and
the
then
thing.
sell the swag bag.
I was
you
thinking
pay for
about
your
this
trip.
earlier. I don't have the notoriety, the fame, the infamy that you have, Kevin, or Dave. But I'm wondering, Kevin, like if you literally just signed something every day and put it on auction, you didn't say anything about charity. How much money could you produce self-perpetuating? Because you're not like
It's
the
like
Dan
Kevin
Marino.
Costner in Waterworld.
Yeah, you're
peeing
not
and
like the
drinking his
Dan
own pee.
Marino of reselling, but you're kind of like, I don't know, like the Ken O'Brien
The
or
Kirk
maybe like
Cousins.
the Gus Farrat. You're like a scrub, but like you're there.
Here's
so.
one for you, Kerry.
This
Vince
is crystal, Tim
Ferragamo.
says, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
it's
dude, he was
crystal,
good.
Kevin.
Well, I will tell you, and you say that
crystal.
point, but Dave made a point last week, and that was actually a fear of mine. I know Dave's joking about it, but that was a fear of mine. When that trailer's out there and I'm looking, I'm like, man, that thing looks so good. And it's a fear of mine, exactly what you said. It is.
Yeah, no, the whole looking good thing. That logo is a little bubbly. It's a little bubbly. That's all I'm saying. It's a little bubbly.
The Air Force One is next. Did you see that on Facebook?
Air Force One. Oh yeah, that was funny.
Plane.
That was
pretty
that
good.
was a good.
Now that you're wearing nothing,
Photoshop.
you're wearing nothing but Nike and Titleist now. You're decked out in hundreds of dollars.
This shirt has been everywhere. This shirt was actually from the Lost and Found sale 2 years ago.
It's been to Spearmint Rhino. It's been to Little Darlings. It's been everywhere.
It's done several shifts at the Spearmint Rhino.
It was in Paul Philly Flipper's
factory.
truck for like 7 months, and I bugged him
Under,
about
down,
it.
under, and above under.
Every couple of weeks, I'd ask him for the sweatshirt back, and he just never. Finally, it showed up in the mail. He sent it back.
And weirdly enough, the Yo Gabba Gabba live show. It was a weird day for him.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, we're waiting a minute. Why are we
He's
waiting?
got a fax coming in, guys. He got a fax.
That's funny. No, Heather had to remind me that I also left it in Las Vegas, and Art had to send it to me.
Oh, dude, we didn't care about the beginning of this. Yeah, she doesn't even add more commentary.
She can only hear me talk, so she thinks that people actually.
You can
listen to
spin.
she thinks
like you have a
we
gift.
don't.
You have a gift, Kevin. We all agree. You have a gift. The gift of gab, but you just never gab about anything anybody wants to hear about. You do talk though. You're confident.
I'm gonna leave this at your house. Don will send it back to me.
All right.
Actually, I bought something from Art.
I'm going to auction it off, honestly.
I bought something from him in a Whatnot, and I'm like, dude, put that sweatshirt in there, and he sent it to me.
Now you're bragging about buying from other people's Whatnots? Dude,
no,
scrape it at the bottom of the
So
barrel,
did you guys watch Flip the World just tattooed his hand on his Whatnot?
Oh, he did?
A Whatnot logo right on his palm.
For how much did he charge?
It
was just like because he hit 10,000 followers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like apocalyptic.
When Whatnot
Tina says it'll wear off in a week on his palm.
Seriously, when Whatnot's out of business in 5 years and we're all working for robots, is like, he's gonna look silly. He's gonna look silly.
Well, but if he flips his hand, it's an M for I don't know,
Mercari, because Mercari's going to make a
Mercari,
comeback.
yeah, Mercari, yeah.
Gosh, yeah, that's one. I can guarantee you this: Mercari will never make anybody any real money ever.
No one will ever be. Actually, I've sold over $2,000 in the last 3 months.
And if you had to depend on that for a living, you would be homeless. That's what I'm trying to say. It's Mercari,
but dude, that's like $50,000 a year. In the wrong math world that I'm living in. If you just make up math, it just works better.
You just made
Use
up
my
math.
Vendu link if you also want to be rich.
If you did
on
a
Mercari.
biscuit butt breakdown of your finances, yes.
So what's going on? People are getting kicked off shows?
Yeah,
People
what's going on, man?
Firing each other? What's happening? All these podcasts are falling
45,
apart.
I still haven't learned his name. It's 45 Flips. I think they did it wrong.
540.
I think 540 for
Brandon
45.
is his name.
Brandon.
I got a story about Brandon, by the way.
Yeah, they met. Why'd they get rid of him, man? He was the card guy. I feel like
he
there's
gone?
a conspiracy against card
show.
guys. That's what I feel
We need
like.
to get rid of a card
We get
guy.
no risk. Hey,
We should get rid of a card guy.
we need to get rid of an old guy, a senile gentleman.
Hey,
No,
I'm
he's
out.
on. Wait, there's 4 people on the
See ya.
episode from 2 days ago. Oh,
Yeah, no,
Biscuit Butt's in the top left. 540 Flips is there.
Dude, they're editing shorts with Brandon out of the shorts, even though he was in the episode. Dude, this is going deep down, guys. I'm telling you,
do
the
you even
Earth
know
is
he's
flat.
off? Just based
Chemtrails,
on the
they're
shorts?
editing him out. All
Just
of it's
based on the
happening.
shorts? I can't believe they actually put Biscuit Butt in the top left.
I
Did they
can't
let
believe
him
we're
run it?
talking about this. No,
Yeah,
they
we're
let him
giving
talk about the reseller
Exactly,
rally because
guys.
he was there, so he got to be the.
We should talk about podcasts that we want to talk about, like the flipping fantastic one. I
Yeah,
haven't
let's
watched
talk about
it.
Alicia was
Alicia's
here.
Yeah,
podcast.
but that one. Yeah, she
That's
was at
better.
your cabin.
She signed. She did not want to sign. I said, "Dave's just here. You could sign underneath here." And she's like, "No, I'd rather sign the other side."
You could smell Dave's signature to this moment. It's really odd. It's off-putting.
Well, I didn't use ink. I used poo-poo. Right from my butt.
Fresh from the butt.
Welcome to our reselling podcast.
Welcome to Trash to Cash episode. How are we this far along?
Kevin, today was so awesome, yard sale-wise. How was it in Lynchburg?
So I went to like 35 garage sales yesterday, 100-mile yard sale, right? On Friday.
That's happening now in Lynchburg?
There's a spring one and there's a fall one.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
So, well, you weren't going to come, so it didn't matter.
But just being invited would have made me feel some sort of love.
I'd never invite people to the fall one. Never invite people. We're busy, really.
Kevin.
If I invited
you
couldn't come over here till
How did
6.
Brandon not tell me? Did he not know about it?
Oh, of course.
I feel like Brandon didn't know about it.
Yeah, I see all of my old teacher buddies out there, like on Thursday and Friday. I'm like, dude, don't y'all have a job? Anyways, go on. 35 yard sales started at crack of dawn. Woke up at like 5:30 or whatever. Go till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I did okay. Today, I went to Turner's baseball game. Didn't end until 10:30, whatever. And then I went to 4 sales. I did better at those 4 sales than I did at the entire stretch on Friday.
Really?
And
so
Uncle
what
Steve,
did you get? What are these 4 sales? Give us a little particular.
I don't want to give away my content. All right, so there was 2 community sales, which around here isn't a community sale.
Yeah,
one of them had 3 sales. One of them had 2 sales.
Yeah.
So that's the community sale. And one of them started at 10. That's really, really odd around here. Everything starts at 7, 7:30, maybe 8. And so I'm getting ready to go to these sales, and my dad pulls up to the game at like 9:30, half an hour after it starts, and he says, "Hey, I got you these 2 things," and he had 2 Masters of the Universe figures. I'm like, dude, where'd you?
New ones or the old ones?
No, old ones.
Okay.
Like, where'd you get them? He's like, "Oh, I went to this sale that was in the newspaper. It wasn't even on my list or nothing." So I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, there was tons of them." I'm like, why didn't you
go over there?
Buy them? So I'm like, Turner's coming up. I'm like, I've got to see Turner's last at bat. So we stay there for a little while, and then of course Turner.
You're like, Dad, put on this mask of me. I'm out of here. If Turner looks, pretend you're me.
So it was about 30 minutes later. I went in, expecting not to see them there. Right? I go down there, and they're all still sitting there on a tarp. I could not believe it.
So you could talk him down at this point.
No, well. I asked them, like, you had a bunch of people here? And they're like, yeah, we've had a bunch. I'm like, really? How could this be here? But it was off to the side. There was the 100-mile garage sale, so all the pickers were probably down there. And it was just locals doing whatever. And the toys were off to the side, and they were all mixed together with modern toys. It wasn't like it just was all mixed up with just stuff. And I found that. I found some Warlord figures, and I found a G1 Transformer that's probably anywhere between $100 and $250.
Wow.
All at one sale. I'm like, really?
That's
crazy.
Incredible.
And then the community sales kind of suck.
I feel like you should have left that for somebody who needed it, though.
Yeah, like someone in need.
I filled 4 bags up for $100.
Wow. You're awesome.
I mean,
you're
not all Motu and stuff.
The best,
I mean, like you.
I'd say you're the best.
He's the
picker.
best. Yeah.
After Pro Picker, after all of the bearded
Pro
pickers,
flipper.
there's like
Pro
17
flipper.
bearded
There's
pickers
7.
with bearded in their
Bearded
name.
Thrift Machine.
Beard
Thrift Machine.
Picker,
Bearded Picker. Beard
Beard
King
Picker.
Backbeard,
Butt Picker,
which is
back
I have
beard
questions
picker,
about that one.
Beard Nipple Picker.
Beard Nipple Beard Picker. They're having
Carrie,
a bit of
I sold a
right
Schleich. I sold a Schleich pig on my auction. I don't know how to say it, but he had 13 nipples, and I said it was a Commonwealth
because
picker.
it's German, so you have to go
Schleich. I said it was a Commonwealth picker pig because it had 13 nipples.
Yep.
And then everyone in the comments were 3 more than you think.
3 more.
I want to ask
you. I love that. I love that. That's never good. It's going to be on his tombstone.
So how are you? Because we're winding down here, obviously, and winding down here, it's not great anyways. But I mean, Carrie, you got to have stuff going on out there.
Oh, dude, it was a great day. It was a great day. The last yard sale I went to was amazing. It had nothing but like jerseys, Mitchell and Ness stuff, hats. It was a
Art
guy
must
who
have not been there.
Yeah, he didn't. The guy was like, send Art over because he actually is a picker, and you could tell. You can go to a yard sale and kind of tell if they're eBayers or what, and they had stuff.
Yep.
It was priced at a price where I could make money. I didn't talk them down because I'm not a monster. I just paid what they asked. It was fair enough.
Or you're afraid. You're not.
Yeah, I honestly am afraid. I hate confrontation. Yeah. I remember going to Tijuana as a kid with my dad for my birthday. That was how I partied as a child.
Yeah, for the donkey show.
Yeah, no. I went to go... You're on a fine line there, sir. We want to keep this podcast going. It's making us hundreds of dollars a month.
No, we don't.
But no, we'd go to like the little tiendas and stuff. And my dad, he loved nothing more than like trying to get something and then walking away and not buying it, having them chase after him. And that made me cringe so bad as a child. So I can't. I have a hard time.
I heard this story on another
podcast.
I was
going to say, I've heard it twice.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I don't have 1,000 stupid stories.
Yeah, well, then maybe just don't go on a lesser podcast and waste your good stories. It was a good story the first time I heard it.
Oh, was it on which podcast was it on?
It was on that.
I go on any
Scott
podcast.
One. The one with Scott. The one with Scott.
With Scott. Those flipping pickers.
Yeah, those flipping pickers.
Got over almost 90 views. So
if you want to hear that story the first time, go check out their episode. Yeah. Kerry also took his pants off during that episode.
I'm not wearing pants now. What are you talking about? There's no pants on the podcast.
Kevin, I call Kerry multiple times. I need him to start waking up at 4 a.m. on Saturday so that I can talk to him.
Why did you even call that early? What are you thinking?
Because, it was more important.
I know you were so excited.
Important to you.
You've literally gone up before with you calling so early.
Good. That's excellent. She should put it in Do Not Disturb. She should put it in Do Not Disturb. That's her fault.
You have
mine.
me permanently in Do Not Disturb, by the way, and it's her fault. Kevin doesn't even answer calls if I ever
And of course, I go buy all this sports stuff, Kevin, and then Kerry finally responds like, "That was a terrible buy. That was a terrible buy." I don't know what I'm doing.
It wasn't like I wasn't trying to be mean. It was just, look, it was the truth. You're not a good picker already.
I'm not a sports guy.
So don't go out into like depths.
Dave,
that
I just think of back in the day when you were in Raleigh, because Flippy, Evan, Flippy McFlipperson.
Yeah.
He came up, actually. I didn't invite him, so I mean, I knew he was coming, and we met up and had lunch. And he came up here.
Offensive when you ignored him until 4 in the afternoon each day.
Exactly. When you head out of town, we'll meet up
Never
for 15
accept
minutes
an invite from
the
Kevin.
Blimpies, and then I'll just drive by and wave.
He literally just wants content from you at 4 p.m. That's all he wants.
I haven't even been able to hang out with Kevin since the first video I did with him 2 years ago.
Kerry comes and visits me, and I go lay down next to him in bed and wake him up in the morning.
Yeah, we talk.
I'm like, come on, buddy, it's time to get up.
I never had a heart-to-heart with Kevin.
I have 3 kids with 3 bedrooms. This is a 4-bedroom house. Where am I going? Mike sleeps on the couch down there.
I'd sleep on the floor because I'm your friend and I would respect that. But
or in your bed with
I wasn't
you and
invited, I guess.
Head to toe.
Anyways, back to my story. So he comes up here and he's coming up on Friday. The whole way he comes up, and his plan was to spend the night in Lynchburg and then go back down the 100-mile yard sale. After he came up he's like, I'm going to go to Raleigh. He's like, I'm not staying. And we pulled up the map.
Which I tried to do during the 301 with you guys. Mm-hmm. I said, guys, forget the 301. Let's go to Raleigh. Just pick Raleigh.
I think Raleigh, you pull up GSLR, is that what it is? Which I don't use any of those things because nothing appears on my map. So I pulled it up, and there was one sale within like 200 miles on that map here. And I'm like, let's go look at Cincinnati. They're everywhere. Let's go look at Raleigh. They're everywhere. I think Michael said there was... Can't remember if he said 15 or 35. He might have said 35 community sales in Raleigh. Maybe 15.
Yeah, but no, Raleigh community sales, guys, trust me, I live there, are not what you think. There are so few good community sales in Raleigh.
I'm telling you, they're amazing.
Then maybe you must be talking North Raleigh. Because where I lived in Raleigh, the community sales were like 2 tables at the end of a cul-de-sac. They were not real community sales. They were fake news.
I went to 2 community sales in one day in Raleigh last year, and I hit more sales there and made more money there than I would in 2 weeks up here.
That's
3 weeks.
Not the way it is in South Raleigh. But in South Raleigh, there's lots of individual great sales, even though they're not community sales. So,
but Uncle Steve worked his magic. He buys nothing for 2 days, and then one of the last sales he gets like a $1,000 item. That's what he does. He buys nothing and then makes as much as I do. And I have 2 boxes full of stuff.
I got up to 5 community sales in St. Augustine, and I said, that's probably enough. I'm not going to be able to hit any more than that, so I stopped looking. And I got 3 of them in, and then ran out of time because it was 1:30 in the afternoon, and I had been going since 8. And
I think your area, Raleigh, Cincinnati. I'd like the viewers to tell us what are the other amazing spots. Because
mine's not amazing throughout all summer. It should be for Carrie and me. This is the time where we need to be going to garage sales.
Exactly.
We need to be getting up early.
It was like I was up at the crack at 8:30 a.m. guys. I was
you were up at like 6. I was talking to you at like 6 your time.
Yeah, I did pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't out the door. It took me hours to get ready. But yeah,
I just kept getting. I found a for real friend parakeet, like a bird, a parrot, sells for $200. I found that glass thing sells for $200. I found sports stuff that Carrie said was terrible, but I found a set of Titleist clubs for $10. Kevin, a whole set. $10.
Well, I was telling Evan, I'm like, because he buys and sells golf clubs, and Steve does, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to find golf clubs. I'm like, I went all day Thursday, and I found like 4 sets of clubs, and they were like
garbage,
just straight trash. Like the best one was a Dunlop set.
All the 100-mile yards, but listen, horrible clubs.
He found a set on the far south side. He found a set of pings. He did okay.
Really,
I couldn't believe it.
Up in your neck of the wood, they just use like sticks and like a bunch of rubber bands together for golf, correct?
Yeah. No, clothespins. Clothespins at the end of the sticks.
And then whoever wins gets penny candy.
I found a set of DCIs like, I don't know, 5 months ago. That was the first good set I found in forever.
I found 5 pings today.
They've made too many seasons of DCI. I feel like they're watering it down. Like there's a DCI in Las Vegas. There's a DCI in New York.
NIPS.
NIS, yes.
No. So I'm coming out, Carrie. I'm coming out to Vegas, but
I know. I can't wait for you to ignore me close. You'll be very close to me.
Well, listen,
I know you're going to be busy though.
I'm flying out there on a Saturday, and I'm flying back on a Saturday.
Relationships.
Well, no, Friday night. So I'm not going to be there on a Saturday to go garage selling, unfortunately.
Bummer, man.
But I hear they have
this is the perfect time to go garage selling.
I hear they have Sunday flea markets out there.
Yeah, we can go to the Sunday flea market if you want, man.
They do.
It's not bad at the Broad Acres.
Yeah, I'm going with Art. You're welcome, maybe, to come along.
Yeah. I figured I wasn't invited.
Afterthought. Carrie is an afterthought.
No, I know.
Okay, so, CVA Thrift's got a good comment, Kevin, that I thought you'd appreciate.
How much did he pay you for that shout out?
Now, listen. You should never film or talk on videos. Leave it up to your wife, or she should voice over whenever you say weird stuff.
I'm sorry I left that comment. I'm sorry. I've made similar comments to his face, I think I said.
That's a great idea, Dave. I would love for you to take some of my footage and just voice over and pretend you're me, and we don't even mention it.
Just
don't see if anyone notices.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's wearing the camera. Just follow her, dude. I mean, it's easy.
I love my comments. Sorry, I'm just looking at my comments. I got ADHD, guys. I got a comment, Carrie, that was literally what you called me and said. Dude, you rented a car specifically to bring stuff home, and then you leave all the stuff in the rental car.
That's very Dave.
I didn't leave all the stuff.
I just know your ADHD. You were so like the whole trip, all of Cincinnati, from the moment you found those comic books, that's all you cared about. That's it.
Yes. Yep.
That's it. You didn't care about all the people there, family, friends,
I
even
offended
eating,
Kevin's
and you
wife. I just,
Yeah, you just were like, I want to go play with my comics. And then that's the whole time,
I bought I bought a short box of comics today, too.
Unrelatable.
You're a comic guy now. You're going to grow a ponytail. You're going to shave your head. You're going to be the comic book guy.
It was $40
start a channel
for a whole
about
short
it.
box.
Yeah.
Just it was $40 unrelatable channel.
A good deal.
Yeah, Dave does comics.
And I was just sitting in your trailer on my throne. You know he has a throne in his trailer, guys? Literally a golden throne.
He just had a giant toilet right in the middle of the floor.
And you said that about the golden microphone. John had a golden microphone. It wasn't just me.
Yeah, but I made fun of you about it.
Well, okay.
That's I sold my swag bag for $43, Kevin.
That's
Don't
awesome.
that.
I can't believe I need to fill mine back.
The best item in my auction tonight. Yeah. I did like a last minute auction, like I just finished it. I haven't stopped all day, but yeah.
I kept the bags. I should have put them in there. I could have done that. Hey,
I
my
totally
reseller
made a
genie, if you're listening,
suspect
send me another
buy.
bag.
Carrie, I think you're right about that buy. It was a little sketch, that buy of all those houses, those lighthouses.
Yeah.
Because the sell-through rate is not fast.
Yeah, Dave's like, I bought all these Statue Harbor Bay lighthouses, and I'm like, how much did you pay? And you said $3. I'm like, if you got a box for $3. You're like, no, I paid $3 a piece. I got 100 of them. I'm like, dude, just because you take money to a yard sale doesn't mean you have to spend it, dude. Sometimes it's best to walk away, man.
But hold on, like,
butthole?
If they
Did you say
sell
butthole?
Eventually, I said, did I say butthole? Kevin, did I say butthole?
I'm pretty sure.
I might have said butthole.
Hold on.
But hold on. I mean, it's like the listings are equal out to like $3,000 for my 300. It's just gonna take a long time.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
gonna.
that money.
Here's when you're gonna sell the last one. It's gonna be like a millennia
2029.
or two.
2029. I'm gonna sell the last one.
2029. We will be long gone.
You're right.
Find the bottom of the market. Find the bottom of the market. Go
I listed at the bottom.
above.
I listed all 92 of them today, and I am the lowest on all of them.
And how many have you sold?
And
so far?
all
how fast
the
are they
resellers
jumping off the shelf?
Whatever, dude. I paid $3 a piece. They probably paid more.
I sold I think I undersold. So I bought I'm sure all you guys are pretty familiar with Gorp Core and the whole fashion of Gorp Core. I bought an Ace Tarek jacket. An Ace Tarek. People know what I'm talking about. Trust me. There's some kids out there who knows what I'm talking about. I bought a jacket, Ace Tarek, and it sold immediately for $35.
Tarek Al Musa from Flipper Flop.
What? Flipper Flop? What?
Yeah, it's a great show.
Okay.
That's how I learned how to flip, is on Flipper Flop.
I love that show when they're upset about when they redecorate everything. Have you ever seen those episodes? Where
That's a different show. This just so staged. This is why people go to YouTube, because all this crap is so staged. By the way, Kevin, I finally got a
watching
staged
Kevin's
comment.
videos because they don't want stage stuff. Are you sure?
Danny called me. Yard Sales and Dreams called me. She's like, Dave, did you see the latest comment on your video? People are saying the comic buy was staged. Which it was not. Danielle's the one who sold it to me, but it was not staged. It was a legitimate, lucky opportunity I had. But,
I put fake yard sale in my last video. Like I called it out. Look, we set this up. We flew to Cincinnati. We set up all the yard sales, and we found nothing. That's how we do it.
Failed. Kevin, I spent $830 to get 6 comics graded. I sent them out.
I think you're gonna make money on it, man.
Yeah.
You send the Craven out.
I sent the Craven's in such bad shape, though. Like, should I have even done it? It's gonna be a 3.
I don't know how bad it was. I don't remember.
It's pretty bad, but I sent it anyways because it's Craven.
I don't think like it's as bad as you think, though, because on an old comic, it could have a little bit of wear and still be like maybe a 5 or 6. So
I mean, the first Inhumans, the first appearance Silver Surfer, those are in pretty.
Did
good
you
shape.
make
Those
the
could be
decision,
7s.
or did you just let like Rod make it? Because that's what I
made it. I made it.
That was your mistake.
I said to Rod, I want to do 25. And he's like, okay, that's a lot. I said, yeah, but it'd be so cool to do 25 because I have over 25 keys. I think I have 40 key comics, right? And I was like, oh, it'd be so cool. And then I start adding them to the CGC cart, and I'm like, I'm gonna do 15. And then I'm like, I'm gonna do 6.
Send the
and he's
second
like, that's a
batch
good idea.
later.
So I'm sending 6 after I saw the total. I was like, I don't want to spend any more than that. I gotta go to the flea market this weekend. I got money I gotta spend this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. I really hope we get some good grades. I don't know. I'm sending it to this presser first. Have you heard about this? You have to get them pressed, Carrie.
If you would have gone to the List Perfectly event, you could have heard a whole thing on pressing and comic books and all that.
That sounds depressing. So, anyways, that was $200 too. So we'll see what happens. Follow me on ADHD Flips.
Yeah.
If you were bored.
You gotta be really bored, though. Really bored.
Yeah. Carrie, you comment on his videos. You watch my videos, Carrie. No wonder you can't get content out. I know you ripped on my bracelets here and on the comment section.
Well,
that was
look,
nice of you.
I'm trying to support you guys. I was literally cross-listing because I still actually list some stuff myself, guys. I was cross-listing using List Perfectly, Code American.
Let me tell you,
30.
I have finally got back in the groove of waking up and listing stuff. I mean,
Nice.
You don't know. You're not even awake yet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I trust her. I don't trust you.
No.
She just texted me and said he's lying.
I'm not lying. I just went to Turner's practice an hour away from here, so I could sit there the whole practice and list. It was pretty good.
I feel like you should be watching your son play baseball. Isn't that why you went?
Yes, practice. I saw him. He came back in the car. He's like, "Did you see my catch?" I'm like,
no.
Yeah.
But he was lying.
Lying to your son. Oh my gosh.
I told him I did.
You know he's an avid Trash to Cash listener. Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Alicia wrote a comment over on the Patreon. She said, petition to redo the Trashy Awards. We never did that.
We never did the Trashies are a good idea. Here's the problem. We don't want to do any of the work.
You guys just nominate. Here's my idea. First of all, Alicia, it sounds like you're volunteering to figure this
She
all
is
out.
the head of
So
the
let's start
Trashies
there.
committee.
Let's start there.
Use the Patreon
She
to
is
do
the Lord of the Trashy committee.
Mhm.
Okay, second of all, I think we literally order trophies and give them out at the Trash to Cash Daytona Beach Bash.
Yes.
You know, you have
and you have to buy a ticket to even get the award. We're not sending it to you. You have to be there in person.
Yeah, if
They
you're
can
not
send
there
a
to accept,
video.
it goes to
You have to
it
pay
goes
the
to me
fee
or
too.
Carrie.
You have to pay the
It goes to
trophy
me or
fee.
Carrie.
They
Yep.
could send a video clip and accept it like while they're somewhere else.
I had
like
this
the
idea, like
fancy
we should do the
people
Trashies, but we shouldn't be eligible. And Kevin's like, no, unacceptable.
No,
I need to
I
be
don't
winning
need
the
to.
award.
No, I don't need to.
We should
I
just,
can.
there should be like a Kevin Brown lifetime achievement award for like that you give to like old pickers and stuff.
Best, like just every award is best reseller trailer,
It's the Kevin
best
Brown
Lynchburg based
it's the
Virginia,
Kevin Brown
Lynchburg,
best
Virginia
reseller
based.
of the year award.
Oh,
The Kevin
awful.
Brown
Best
pick of the
Titleist
year.
hat wearing reseller. Best guy with sketchiest close friend. That'd be Kevin.
See,
too.
maybe we should come
Most
up with
holes
the
in the
categories and then let other
We already
people
did that.
handle
We already
it.
made the categories, so we could just hand the reins to Alicia.
Yeah, but there's probably better ones too.
I think the Trashies would be fun. Like we all got suits, Canadian tuxedos, and we just did a whole show.
So after I got in trouble for saying we weren't paying the event planner, he went on to tell me his progress.
Okay.
He's like, I heard you say in the podcast you weren't
talking
paying
about
us.
this. Everything I listened to this
Who?
week, they're like,
Who's talking about it?
I heard Paul talk about it on Reseller Information Network. I heard Jimmy and Ken talk about it. There was one other place I heard talk about it.
Look at that.
Or no, it was on Archie's. I don't know what the name. Locker room one that they're kicking people off.
I'm getting excited. I think
there'll be. I'm gonna guess by the time this comes out, there's only gonna be 2 people on the locker room, and then 3 weeks before it's over completely.
Listen,
it's just been doing
gonna be cool.
Just been doing a lot in 3 weeks.
It's gonna be cool because we have someone who's a pro in our pocket, ready to help us, ready to work for us. He said he knows how to run events. He's already got quotes from 6 venues in Daytona Beach.
And he's paying for it. I don't want to. You really want to do 3 of these? I don't know, y'all. I'm telling you.
Kevin doesn't want to do 1.
Kevin, the difference is we like our viewers and our listeners. Like we like them, we appreciate them, we care about them. So that's the difference between me and Carrie and you. Is you just look at them.
So
as
you would want to spend some time with our dear sweet friends, and you're like, how much am I going to make?
Wasn't this what I said the trailer was about last week? Got torn down.
No, that's what you said. That's what you said on your video. That's not what you said behind the scenes to us personally. Based on a discussion that we didn't have that I'm making up right now. You said different stuff.
He's left the show. He's left the show.
I love this is my favorite part of the show where he's fake offended.
Carrie, he said that he's got 6 venues, quotes from 6 venues, and that early next week, so like by the time this podcast comes out, I should have already talked to him about kind of the event, and we might already have stuff finalized. So maybe by next week we'll have like
one of the 6 Hooters locations in
no, dude,
Daytona.
We've got Wing House, we've got Twin Peaks, and we've got Hooters. So we can
dude, we should just hop. We should just bar hop 1 to 1.
Kevin's
said
gonna
be there
one
anyway.
has the shortest skirts. I don't know what that means, Kevin. What does that mean?
Dave is not a sports ball guy. Remember this, Carrie? So he's talking about a January. You know something that happens, it's kind of playoff season.
Pickleball championship, yes.
When is the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl's in February, Kevin. Come on.
Yeah, but I said playoff season. I'm just saying, Tim.
Dude,
we want Tim
I'm talking
to
about a Thursday, Friday, Saturday event.
That was the other person I was talking about.
Football on Sunday?
Phones have games on them. They're mobile now, dude. We're living in the 21st century,
you can
man.
Watch games everywhere, bro. Yeah, we're gonna be at the freaking Wing House. They got TVs.
There's satellites,
Twin
man.
Peaks. They got TVs. We're good.
If you
at the Wing House,
you don't understand football fans, Dave. I
don't understand why. How are they watching the Sunday football game on Friday? How are they doing that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying they have Super Bowl parties. They have traditions. They have.
2 weeks
we're not doing it during the Super Bowl.
Well, I get it, but it's still the AFC and NFC championship.
They have to prepare
games.
for weeks ahead of time.
If it was the Pro Bowl week,
is
that's
this a
one
concern
thing.
For you?
Well, it's going to be
3 weeks prior. It's 3
weeks before the Super Bowl
It's
is
the
in
AFC
Vegas in like
and
February.
NFC championship week. I'm just saying.
It is.
Okay.
No, is it really the 3rd week of January?
2 weeks later is the Super Bowl, right?
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. Just
so you're saying that people are gonna choose. First off, you underestimate how much people want to spend time with you, Kevin. People will ditch their team, they will ditch their family, just to get a piece.
I don't know how many resellers are really sports ball fans. Like, wouldn't they be playing sports ball? I don't know. Comment down below, guys. Is the Super Bowl being 3 weeks away going to affect your decision to come to our event?
Is this going to be a big issue?
You laugh. All right. Although I will say that the appeal of, like Tim, I heard Tim say on RIN, he's like going south in January for a lot of people is a big
yard sale. That's what I want to do. I want to wrap a whole bunch around yard sales. So
we do have one speaker, right? We have Old Cyrus, the guy who founded Bonanza. He's going to be speaking. Cyrus.
Dude, I made another Bonanza sale in here.
Did you really?
Cancel. Is that possible, Kevin?
I'm getting some Bonanza FOMO.
You have to cancel. I got a Bonanza story, but I'm going to save it for my Flipper show. Save you the trouble.
Please.
So you have to go. There's no way to cancel it on site. You have to go to PayPal, cancel it, and then submit I don't know if you screenshot it or get a number for the cancellation and go back to Bonanza and put it in.
How do you ship a Bonanza order? Do you have to just Uber it all the way to the location, just from car to car?
Dude, I don't know. This Bonanza stuff is confusing. Like, money just shows up in your account, and then I went to pirate ship and created a label. I don't know.
Yes. So you can do it on Bonanza, but you can do it cheaper on pirate ship. And then you just take the tracking number and mark shipped at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Kevin, was that your little sneaky way to say you don't want to come to the event because of football? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Because we have TVs in Florida. We have them.
Regardless of football, I don't want to come to the event. So, no, I'm kidding. I will come to the event. You
know what it is, though? He usually gets paid to go to events.
That is not true. Oh, God.
Moneybags McGee over here. That's our whole thing. We want to have everybody come to our event, and we want to pay no one. That's the goal.
Here's an idea. Here's an idea from our event planner that I thought was pretty good. Tell me what you think. A speed dating style mixer event of resellers, just 10 minutes or whatever, 5 minutes at a table. You go to the next table. 5 minutes, go to the next table.
Just introduce to other resellers.
Yeah, to just meet everyone.
So this is funny. Cool idea. So I'm not going to give this away because I want you to have to.
It's going to be on a video, guys. Guess what?
A ridiculous amount of RANs live where they had a bunch of people who were at the reseller rally come on. Watch the segment with Paul on it, and they had the best event idea for a rally you can imagine.
Can you just tell me? Do I?
It's kind of the speed dating, but it gets a little worse than that. Okay. So,
it gets into
stuff? Yeah, but the difference is we'll have people at this event though.
So and Eric was hosting the reseller information. Eric has to feel really uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, interesting. Well, he invited me to that, but I didn't see it till after it was over. So yeah. I would have popped in if I had seen it.
I don't think I got invited.
He messaged me on Insta.
I don't think
check your Insta.
Maybe I did get invited. Actually, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. He sold his first comic from that comic buy for $55 today.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well
That's
done,
pretty
dude.
cool. I haven't listed any yet.
Eric's a great dude. He's like us, but a good person.
Yeah, well,
listen, Eric's a good person, but he rivals almost any picker I know in being cheap.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude. I've seen the craziest crap. He goes up to, we're at the 100-mile sale, and they've got a DVD VCR combo and some other electronic, an AV receiver. And he's like, how much are those? Oh, 20 a piece, $40. And Eric's like, all right, would you do 12? And I was like, what? 12? What? And the guy's like, 15? And Eric's like, all right. I was like, how did that work? What in the world?
It's confidence, man.
It wasn't even a realistic offer. It was something I'd say.
I'm the opposite. They say 25, serious. And I'd be like, you sure you don't want to do 30? I'll go up. That's my problem.
Yeah. This guy today wanted 75 for a huge Wii lot. Games, had good games in it, and a box and all that stuff. And I'm like, he's like, a guy's already offered me 50. And I'm like, it's getting a little later in the day. I was like, how about $55? And he's like, okay, we'll do $55. And then I gave the other 5 to his
Did you do the classic picker thing where you made up family who wanted a Wii like me and Dawn have?
Oh my gosh,
our kids would love this.
A Wii. Yeah.
That's an Uncle Steve classic.
I felt guilty. I stopped doing that.
Dude, my mom does it all the time. I'm like, Mom, you don't need to make up a fake story. She's like I'll go to buy something and I'll just be just buying it. She's like, oh, your daughter will love it. I'm like, no, I'm not buying it for my daughter. I'm buying it to sell it on eBay, Mom.
It's for my kids. their father just got out of prison. It just gets worse and
she
worse.
Like has to have a backstory for everything I buy. And
No,
he was cutting it out of the footage. I'm like, Mom,
he's in for armed robbery. He was there for 23 years.
Yeah. They've always wanted this Wii, but they only have $50.
They wanted.
I guess
Wii.
I could pay $60, but we won't
the
get dinner.
90s. They've wanted the Wii.
What's with fast food restaurants now costing me $55 when I go? Speaking of $55,
get the apps, which I don't use, but if you use the apps, you literally get stuff half price.
Really? Okay.
My dad went into Domino's the other day. He's like, "How much for a medium pizza?" They're like $17.99. He's like, "What?" He's like,
"That's why you go to
oh,
Little Caesars and you throw up after you eat because it's basically cardboard."
They
just closed ours down. They told him they're like, if they order it online, he's like, you can get it for $8, and he's just in an uproar.
So you're telling me international cuisine didn't make it in Bedford?
Hey, I took Alicia to a nice restaurant in Bedford. Well, my wife did.
Dude, remember that time
you were
Kevin...
too busy to do it.
Carrie, you remember that time that Kevin was like, hey, we're going to take you to this amazing steakhouse in Lynchburg. And then we get there to the steakhouse, and he's
Y'all
like,
weren't
just kidding.
hungry.
Let's go to Mellow Mushroom.
I took
don't
Jimmy
spend
there.
That much. He's like, hey, I can't really afford the steakhouse for Carrie and Dave. I'll take Jimmy because he's got the better podcast.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not like we're... Dude,
that was weird,
None
too.
of
He's
us
all
were
like,
hungry.
Yeah, Kevin was like, the best value is just getting a single slice and sharing it, Kevin and Dave. That's what he said.
He made us share
Kevin and Dave.
And I didn't even like mushrooms.
Dawn was there. She didn't even get a slice.
Dude, I think I want to order pizza.
Listen,
Kevin is a very gracious person.
Oh, well, thank you.
And
but listen,
wonderful man.
Listen to this. Jimmy wouldn't let me pay.
It loses all of its sting if you immediately retract the disc, Carrie.
That's true.
I can't do it. I felt bad.
It's better like normal. Do it after the podcast is.
I don't even feel guilty anymore hanging out with Kevin. I don't even fake to go for my card anymore around Kevin. I just like look at him. I'm like, so are you paying, dude? That's at this point because why even bother, right? That's what I tell myself to feel better.
Well, listen, you guys were the stars, the guest stars that came to Reseller Alley. You needed to have some, good treatment. Kind of like, Josh didn't treat you like that, Made you pay for everything.
Me out to dinner. Well, no, you paid for that too. Kevin pays for everything, guys. He really does. Like, I usually send him PayPal, and he yells at me for sending it to him because
Kevin is writing off $30,000 a year in food,
in Carrie and Dave food expenses,
in meetup food receipts.
Jenna's like, "Why do you spend so much on food?" He's like, "Carrie and Dave." It's just like,
Carrie and Dave eat a lot, and we talk a lot of business during those dinners. A lot of podcast stuff you wouldn't understand.
Tomorrow night I'm going to SeaWorld with Rod.
There we go, dude.
For Howlo Scream. Okay, so anyways, let's move on. We're back, guys. We just cut out a minute of footage, and you will never know what was said.
I accidentally sharded, and I had to go clean it up.
Carrie made a lot of duty in his underwear.
I did some duty.
And,
oh, boy.
Okay, so let's talk about this 100-mile yard sale. So, how many hours did you spend on Friday shopping? Is it like an all-day event?
Yeah, I was out till, on Friday. Let's see. On Thursday, I was out till about 1:30. On Friday, I was out till 2, but part of that was an hour of lunch.
Kevin, do you get a lot of dad guilt
with Uncle Bubba, by the way? Shout out Uncle Bubba.
When you do a lot of work, do you feel like some dad guilt because you're not spending enough time with the kids? Like, I've been out all day, and then I came home and I listed, and I feel like I didn't spend any time with my kids.
Occasionally, I do spend a lot of time.
I try, but then and Tina tells me, she's like, you spend tons of time with them, and I'm just like, I always feel like I should be spending more time with my kids. Aww. I don't know. It's like there's never enough time to spend with your family.
They don't feel the same way though.
No, they want me to go away, and they get annoyed that I'm there, and they fuss at me all the time. But it's
unless you're taking them to an amusement park, you spend tons of time in amusement. Except where you're going with Rod.
Yeah,
Rod sent me.
I'm going with Rod instead of my kids. Yeah,
he got a crazy good wrestling buy today, and I showed him my Transformer that's worth a bunch of money, and he showed me his Transformer that's worth twice as much. Thanks a lot, dude.
You need to come down here in October or April because the sales are insane.
Do they slow way down in November, December?
They slow down. In November, they slow a little. In December, they slow a lot. And then in January, it's totally weather dependent.
Hey, Dave, I have a trailer.
Totally weather dependent.
We're coming. We're coming.
All right, when are you coming?
We're coming.
Gonna do the
well,
peaches
if you
to
make me
beaches?
come in January, Mike said he's doing it and he's taking the trailer, so we're going. Okay, why? Dude, this is ridiculous. This is awful. You two are just I don't even have anything to drink. This is root beer, for goodness
I
sake.
didn't even say anything. What happened? I was zoned out, man.
We just have another part I probably need to cut.
This podcast, we better go an hour and 40 so we get an hour and 30 of content.
Okay, so Trash to Cash podcast. Carrie, do you have any big eBay sales this week?
No.
No. do you have any small? Did you sell?
No, I have. I actually had a pretty good. I did my numbers this week. Like I actually looked at them. I have 98 sales this week, so I had a lot. Okay. Of them. My average sales price is up $3.
Sales is a lot of sales.
Yeah, I'm up $3 to $11 per item, guys. So $1.50 card my butt. How am I getting it to $11.50 if all I'm selling is a $1.50 card, folks? Let me look. I'll look just. Right. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you ever sell Legos, Dave, that are like not in a box, like in a?
I've tried. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Because I've
done it like where I've done like a pound or like a Ziploc.
No. That's not what I mean. I mean like okay, like you find a set that's like maybe it's in a box, maybe it's in an opened box, and the package has been opened and they've used it, put it together, and put it back in the box. Anything like that?
Yeah, I bought one today. I bought New York City architecture.
All right, so do you? I've literally seen people put them together before they sell them. Yeah, I would never in a million years do that.
I put them together. Yeah,
do you? No, you don't.
Yep, I do. Really? If they're small.
Okay.
If they're big, I don't usually.
My wife did that for me, and I know my aunt does that. And at any rate, I found one that I just couldn't pass up. I usually pass them up unless they're really good, and it's like a $200 Lego set if it's complete. And I just listed it as I don't know, and I got $100. I don't know if that's a good way to do it.
Did you get a complaint?
No, I just sold it.
Was it complete?
I just sold it. I don't know. It said, well,
Kevin,
please read in the comment or in the title.
I enjoy doing Legos.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, how do you hate Legos? They're fun.
Dude, have you seen me? I can't. I've looked at screwing in a light bulb is like difficult.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you're so short.
How dumb you are.
That's why I tolerate Mike.
Kevin's not dumb, guys. Calm down. I just ordered pizza.
I struggle with that stuff.
Take that diet.
So I sold today. You guys will find this interesting because it's sports card related. There's 3 people who are going to be very interested in this. I sold a card at a premium today because it was numbered to 99.
$3.
But it was numbered. No, it sold for 45. But it was numbered to 99. But the numbering was his jersey number. It was like 22 of 49, 99 or whatever. So I got a premium, and I took a chance on it a couple months ago when I was at a card show, and I sat on it. He played well, and I sold it. But here's a good sale, guys. You know what this is, right? You know what those are, right, Dave?
That's a shirt. That's a t-shirt.
What kind of shirt is this, though? It's the front side. The back side's more under. The Poison Apple Disney. It's a type of shirt, a jersey that they sell.
Tie-dye? That's jersey. Spirit. Yeah,
$60. So that's where
there you go,
that's going to pay for gas for a day or two, and then we're probably going to have to turn the lights out because we can't pay that bill. But we're going to have gas in the car.
Yeah,
a Halloween one. Fair. I sold my first reseller rally sale. I sold what I sell Nightmare Before Christmas Sally costume, $40 plus shipping.
Nice.
Hey, I sold one of those little lighthouses, Carrie, $14.99.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, now you have to ship it too. Those are terrible to ship.
Did you have any under $15?
That was the low. Well, I have one. I didn't list it because it was only worth $12, so I didn't list it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna throw it out. No, I'm just throw it away. It's under $15. I'll put it in the
put it at 15. See what happens.
Dude, I will say, like, definitely you get the whatnot. Kevin, you maybe are finally getting there. I saw your whatnot auction. It was very like
there's a lot of compliments
and slow.
Did you notice the big difference?
But hold on. Okay. I want to. Well, okay, we can.
I'll take the compliments from Dave. Let's go.
No, well, I wasn't going to comment. I was going to say that you're getting to that point where you're almost coming down to reasonable pricing on your auction. Because the more you do, the lower the pricing gets. That's just the way whatnot is. That's what I was going to say. I can compliment you as well. I mean, you were less annoying. You weren't as salesy as normal. Like,
not as nasally.
Come buy this Tesla,
there was less,
guys. I'm Brian
There was less weird moaning. Like, because you'll moan when you're upset about stuff. You'll go, like, you did less of that.
So I heard that, Dave, not just from you, but from other people.
What did they say? Okay. They said it was cheaper?
No, they just said that the auction was
I don't know where you
just...
found the compliment.
Well, I thought you were complimenting that I was getting what you said. I was finally getting what
he said. You're making less money than what you were making before.
He took it as a compliment. This is the egocentric human.
That doesn't bother me. I was trying purposely on the first ones to not get ridiculous prices, and
you failed.
Well, I know. I know I did.
Here's how you ingratiate yourself to Kevin, by the way, guys. If you ever want to get in good with Kevin, bring him Del Taco. If you're from the other side of the nation, fly with it. You don't even need to refrigerate it. He'll eat it. He's got an cast iron stomach. He can handle it.
Kevin has pulled it out of me. I guess now that you mention it, it was a more enjoyable auction for me to watch. I did like it better. It didn't feel as
sitting
salesy.
Down.
You were sitting down and you weren't doing the whole this thing with your hands that you do, this weird performance thing. You were just chilling.
I felt like you were Kevin's chilling. Cool. That's kind of nice. On the podcast, we get chill.
More real Kevin.
Well, you know what really helped, Dave, and I'll give you a compliment here. What really helped is watching you do it at the reseller alley, because my mind just doesn't. I don't process things very well sometimes. And so I was talking to Dave. I'm like, we need to get a stand for the camera. And he's like, no, doing all this stuff. And he's like, I'll just hold the phone. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're going to hold the phone the whole time? He was talking about running the auction on his phone.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I never processed that. It had to be run off of this phone. And that's why I could never see the comments. So now I turn the camera around. My wife ran the whole auction for me on her phone, and I could read the comments.
Makes it so much easier, man.
So much easier. And so, which I've seen Carrie do. It's not like I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I've done Carrie, it on my auction. Yeah.
But when you were doing it when we were in Vegas at the Bash, you were doing it on the phone. You were actually running the auction on the phone.
Yeah, that's why I was in front of the camera the whole time, because I was running the actual
At FlipCon, Carrie ran the auction for me. While I stood in front.
But it didn't sink into my head while I was there. Yeah. But you were doing it on a computer. And I don't do things on my computer because it's 70 years old.
Yeah, you have like a...
Well, I bought some Commodores this weekend.
Oh, dude, what's cool is I never logged out of your account. I've been buying a ton of stuff on your account with whatnot. Don't be surprised if you get a bunch of adult toys showing up in your P.O. box. Which I guess they're selling on Whatnot. I don't know. No, I thought it was cool. It was a nice, chill Whatnot. But my bigger point was, the more auctions you do, the less and less you get. And so, Carrie and I were talking about, we should just start showing the eBay comps to let people know the deals. We don't mind giving the deals, but it's kind of cool to acknowledge. Check out this deal. I did it tonight.
It would be. I did it tonight. You did it after though. What would be hilarious is you put an item up and then you look it up on eBay. You show the sold comps and then you run it.
No,
that would be kind of messed up, but it would be.
That's
fun.
like going to a garage sale with
I know
with eBay prices.
I know.
Have you seen what Chris does?
What I did, Kevin. What does Chris do?
Chris did a short the other day, a reel on Instagram saying, I think I'm really getting this Whatnot stuff, and he showed the eBay comp of what it sells for, and then he said, and I sold it for. It was like $140, and I sold it for $9 on Whatnot. I think I'm getting this figured out.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. The more you do them, the more often that sort of thing's going to happen. And I did 2 auctions in 2 days, and I did one a few days before that too. So I've done 3 in the last 7 days, and I'm to the point now where I'm getting way lower than eBay value for most of the stuff.
You know how
I'm moving stuff quick.
You know how we could piss off half the people who are watching right now, since we're talking about Whatnot and everybody hates Whatnot. Ask AI. Ask AI something about Whatnot right now, because they love the AI segments, and they also love us talking about Whatnot.
There's one commenter who constantly says, I know I'm in the minority, but I hate them.
You hate the Whatnot. Okay.
There's one podcast. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kevin.
Did you see the video that was on the Discord somebody put out about... Well, Carrie, I don't even know what the heck it was.
Oh, there's a whole section on Discord that they're doing literally ChatGPT story time.
Dude,
and
awesome.
I killed you.
I love that stuff.
I murdered you in the
Kevin
story.
Murdered me.
There is a podcast. It's a AI powered podcast with Will Sasso, who used to be on Mad TV, and he was in the Three Stooges. He's a comedian, and he does an AI podcast. And every episode, I think I sent one of these to you, Dave, on TikTok. Every episode, they do a movie. AI makes a little trailer for a movie, and it's always Tom Hanks and some dolphin named Darby, and they have one was called Busman or something, and he got turned into the bus by the devil. It was amazing. I'm saying AI is going to make everything better until it kills us all.
Yeah. No, anyways, all that was me getting to this point that I was on my Whatnot tonight, and like I'd run an item and sell for $2. I'd be like, sweet, here's the sold comp on eBay for $17, right? Here's the sold comp for $26 for stuff that was getting like $2-3, just because I thought it'd be kind of cool for people to see that they're getting deals, because I don't think they always know. Like sometimes they're just bidding because they're in the moment, so it's cool to kind of show them. But I don't know. I don't know how it was received. No one said anything. I did do the idea you had, Carrie.
You were hanging out in my auction last night. We were doing cards, and I was having fun. I was trying to do 5-second sudden death card auction, doing 200 cards, but everybody said that was too quick. So I did 10, and it did really well. And cards are so much easier to ship. We shipped them, or like I shipped them. I'm like Kevin here. I don't do anything. But Don shipped them so fast. It was amazing. So much easier. No offense to you, Kevin, but you don't do anything.
Dave, have you settled into a schedule, like a new routine yet? Like having your job?
Let me read you a quick story. Okay. Bridging divides, love across borders.
Gosh.
In the sweeping plains of rural Canada, near the boundary that separates the expansive north from its bustling southern neighbor, two entrepreneurs found a love they never anticipated. Commonwealth picker, known to his friends as Como, I don't know why, was a lanky, quick-witted Canadian with a penchant. What's a penchant? I don't know what that means.
It means
a knack.
A knack. Yeah. Okay.
Desire.
For finding the most obscure and valuable items at local markets and thrift stores. He had built a name for himself in the Canadian reselling community.
I already don't like this story. This is stupid.
No, because you're Canadian. Known for his sharp
Canada,
eye.
folks.
Why do you hate Canada so much?
You don't like Josh Galt and the Canadians? Come on.
Known for his sharp eye and even sharper negotiation skills, Como's heart, however, was always a bit restless, feeling like something was missing amidst the piles of vintage finds. American Arbitrage, or Ari, as he liked to be called, was a fiery, bold entrepreneur from the southern states. Yes. With a head for numbers and an unmatched strategy, he would buy low from a massive American retail store and sell high online, making use of the price differences between states.
Arbitrage, they got it.
Yeah, they got the definition of arbitrage. Well done.
Has always been an adventure, often crossing into Canada to explore. Oh, he's crossing into Canada to explore the vast landscapes, and on occasion dip his toes into the Canadian thrift scene. It was on one of these trips that their worlds collided.
They don't have this story right.
At a small town flea market, they reached for the same rare vintage radio.
We reached at the same time.
Yeah. Their hands brushed against one another. They looked up, the sparks flew. Instead of the usual haggling competition, they found themselves sharing a coffee and discussing
this is very Carrie.
Dreams and hopes.
Carrie, like, I'm just so sorry.
I am. And then we just had a nice conversation over coffee, because I drink coffee now, so that is correct.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Over the following months, they began meeting at the border, often camping near the serene Brokenback Mountain. Literally, it says, oh my gosh.
Come back, Kevin.
Where the world's blurred. Oh gosh, I'm having a heart attack. Okay.
I don't even know how to segue out of this. There's no segue.
A place where their worlds blurred into one. They'd share tales of their finds, discuss business strategies, and slowly, as the mountain shadow grew longer,
this should be about you two.
They'd huddle together, finding the warmth and comfort in each other's arms. And if you want to hear the rest of this story, guys, it's over on our Discord. Make sure you join the Patreon, like our Wealthy as a Kevin tier members did. Thank you so much, Carrie. You want to shout them out?
Yeah, there's Biscuit Bud, Archie. There's Raise Hell Resell. There's There's fantastic. What the heck? Zach and Cody from Sweet Life. There's
Superfly Snuka.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka is back from the dead, and this time he didn't murder anybody. He's in our Patreon.
Oh my gosh. Is that all you know?
By heart, dude. They're not in front of you.
We've been doing this for months, Carrie. You should have a list taped to your computer.
There's Brian Big and Fun, who is just a doll. I love that guy.
What about the guy whose name you can't say?
Oh, I buy shite.
It was funny hearing Pete, the Craigslist hunter, say his name.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Did you go rewatch that live? It was a good live. I went and rewatched it. It was actually pretty good.
What, the auction?
The Reseller Alley live.
Yeah.
Okay. The Flipper Skipper, Lady Arbitrage. Thank you, Carrie.
She's
support.
Wasting our money on this garbage.
No Nose Picker, Soda City Flips, Remarkable. I can't believe you didn't remember your own
Soda Fit. I like Soda City too. Is he on a podcast?
Brian Sampor built. He might as well.
What happened to the octopus guy?
Oh, yeah,
he's
what
still
happened
here.
to the
Disgruntled
sad
Octopus is on
guy?
here.
Okay.
Vintage Sports Flip, Harry Tornado, who upgraded.
Oh, yeah.
Guys,
Ooh.
he upgraded to $100 a month, and Kerry will be roasting him at the end
Paul
of this
wants
episode.
to go on the cheap, and Harry Tornado's upping the thing.
He's
he also, by the
$100 a
way,
month.
shout out, I don't know if everybody caught it, but he matched what the Trash to Cash shirt went for. That's awesome, what the Nintendo went for. Anyway.
Matt's Prof Pursuit, Happy Hound Trading, Jay Thrifty, Brian Sampor Beal, Diana,
Samberg?
aka Traveling Shopper,
Ryan?
Superhero Headquarters, Death Valley Finds, Vintage Sports Flips, ABC Matt, Brian Bacon Fun, New Jersey Picker, Ray's Hackett Resale, Logan, Marky, Parker, Prepper, blah, blah, blah,
New Jersey Picker.
Hey.
He's in Florida, right, with you guys? Correct?
Yeah, he's with me, yeah.
In Florida?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. Oh, dang it, I just had a brain fart. Dang it. Oh, man, it smells weird. Anyways. Thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it. And
yes,
like I said,
which reminds me, a little public service announcement again for all these podcasts out there. Just let me save you all the drama and trouble. Podcasts don't make money, y'all.
Yeah, why is everyone doing this?
Yeah,
We're convinced them we're making money.
They don't make
we're making
a lot of money
tiny
at
bit
all.
of money, guys. We're making so little money that I owe Carrie and Kevin money, and I can't
Let me
afford
ask you
it.
this. Would we still be doing this podcast if it wasn't for the Patreon? For real.
Yeah,
like, honestly, think about it.
Yes, because we were committed
Probably
from the
me and
beginning.
Carrie are
You have
crazy.
always been wishy-washy.
You'd be gone. You'd
probably be
Well,
gone because it's always been about the money. You saw dollar signs when you saw the chemistry between me and Dave.
I actually
would say,
just wanted to join it. I just thought you two
That's
were
what I'm
having
saying.
fun. I was jealous.
That's what
That's
what I'm saying, Kevin. You would be on it because we have fun. You've said many times you look forward to the podcast.
I do.
Can I say this too?
Exactly. We just have fun.
People get mad at us for never mentioning the Two Old Guys podcast.
Yes.
And I just want to take this
One
moment
cup.
to tell you
They only
guys
have
that
one
this
cup.
podcast is so boring.
Yeah.
That's why we don't, we just forget it exists every week. We're sorry, Two Old Guys.
So
We're
Chris
sorry.
came into he came into my auction yesterday, Chris, old school picker. I immediately called him Jimmy. And then
He's the lively one on the show, guys,
Yeah.
just to give you an idea.
Yeah,
He's like the hyper
and then I
one.
couldn't remember his name, so I was trying to remember. So I was buying time, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know, it's all good. You and
Jimmy,
Caleb
old
are. I
school
remember
guy, yeah.
Caleb.
Oh,
and
hey,
Caleb,
there you go.
because I like Caleb. And I
basically
like
Brandon
Chris,
Burton.
but I guess I like Caleb more because I remembered his name. And even when he said his name was
that's cool.
Chris, it wasn't like a door, like a light bulb. I was just like, oh yeah, Chris, yeah. Like I still am not sure I'm going to remember it.
You gotta
I feel
land the
bad
plane.
because
I don't know
him,
where
and
you're
he's a
going
great
with
guy.
this.
There's a lot
Okay.
of Chris's,
There is a lot of Chris's. There's not a lot of
There's
Kevin's or
Chris Cross,
Carries.
applesauce.
Or Dave's. Is there any Dave's?
There's no Dave's.
Flip the
in
word.
There's no
Selling
Kevin's.
Community.
Is there any
Daily
Kevin's?
Refinement. Daily Refinement. Is that Chris?
What's his name?
Yeah, that's Chris. Yeah, Daily
that's-
Refinement
Yeah, it
is
is
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah, it's Christopher.
There's a lot of
Christopher.
Matts, right? There's ABC Matt. There's
Matt's
Matt's
Prof
Prof Pursuits.
Matt
There's
Big
Matthew
and Fun.
McConaughey, who's been
Matt Jersey
reselling
Picker.
for a while. Yeah,
ABC Matt.
ABC Matt.
We already got it.
Matt
Part-time
Damon.
picker.
Matt Damon. How about them apples?
Matthew, Big and Fun. A lot of Big
Matthew,
and
the
Funs. There's
French
a lot of Big and
Matthew.
Funs in the community. Hey, can I ask you a question from the Patreon? No Nose Picker said, did Mercari ever change their print size so you
Yes.
can use Rolo printer without having to change? Yes, you can. What was the main problem I could see with that? Was the main problem? Yeah, okay, we're done.
Why are
talking
you
about it.
asking us, though? Why are you in the Patreon asking us technical questions about Mercari?
Horrible,
It's not the
horrible
place.
choice.
They
did
find a
fix it,
Rolo
though.
link, though, at ConwellPair.com.
Okay,
God.
did Kevin Death Valley Finds? Did Kevin go to a casting call for the upcoming movie Grumpyest Old Men?
Is that coming out for real?
I guess so.
Those
Dude,
were good
look at him
movies.
light up.
Yeah.
He's all
Those
like,
were awesome.
they're bringing
Walter
back Jack
Matthau.
Lemmon and Walter Matthau?
Are they dead?
Yes,
I'm
they're
sure.
super dead, man.
Without a doubt.
Jack
They're Bob
Lemmon
Barker level dead right now, dude.
Walter
died
Matthau
in
looked
2001.
dead 50 years ago.
I know.
2001.
Sophia
That was a
Loren
funny movie.
and
it was
Margaret.
Walter Matthau. He's dead
Oh,
too.
Burgess
he was
Meredith in Rocky.
Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good stuff.
Kevin's in a podcast if he drops Burgess Meredith.
great. No, he just hiccuped. That was kind of fun. It's all the alcohol. Yeah. Okay. So
didn't
new to
hiccup,
you
I laughed.
collectibles. Okay. Yeah. Make the Virginia meetup happen and drag Carrie to it so I can meet him. She said. So they want to
We
do the
were
Virginia.
I have
literally
meetup.
there.
Great
Last 2
Airbnb
years.
for you, Carrie.
I know.
do you?
Well, I was thinking the one problem with the Lynchburg meetup is like venues. Like, there's a lot of venues in Daytona and Vegas. I don't know how many venues are in Lynchburg.
Heather's
like,
aunt
appealing.
owns a beautiful piece of
Should
property
we go
that
to
has
Virginia Beach?
weddings and bluegrass.
Should we
the
do, like,
Moose
Virginia
Lodge.
Beach?
I'm pretty
Kevin, would it be
sure
better?
we can rent out the Golden Corral.
The Moose Lodge had a Blue Ridge Festival here, right?
I have been to a Golden Corral at a reseller event. The one in Charleston, right?
Yeah.
We went to a Golden Corral as
Charleston.
part of the
Golden Corral is the sizzler for millennials.
Yeah.
Race Heck Resell said, "When will the Trash to Florida, Trash to Cat? We already talked about
Trash to Florida. What's it going to be called?
Trash to Florida.
It's going to be called the Bash. I like calling them Bash. Trash to Cash Bash.
Yeah, Trash to Cash Florida Bash.
Trash to
I think
Cash
we do Daytona
Bash,
Beach because then we could do other
lower
places
your
in
expectations because we want everybody coming in with low expectations so that we can still disappoint them.
Yeah, the goal is to maximize profit and lower
minimize. Yeah. Kevin will not be there he will show up. He'll have like a Pope mobile with like glass all around him. He'll drive by a couple times and wave if he has time.
Yeah, that's the plan. My Pizza Hut, they don't have a very good tracker at Pizza Hut, guys. It's not like Domino's.
Did you order Pizza Hut?
I ordered Pizza Hut. Yeah,
did you order
10:51? I'm looking forward to it.
That sounds good.
I didn't get around to eating. Today was so busy for me that I just didn't really do much eating or anything like that. It's just been.
I do that.
No garage sale food.
You do that too? Like it'll be like 4 p.m. and I'll be like super cranky. Tina's like, "Why are you so cranky?" I'm like, "Oh, I never ate today. I might be hangry." Like, and I won't even realize that I haven't eaten for the whole day. So that's been happening.
My whole life revolves around when I'm eating next. Honestly.
And no, Kevin, I don't have a schedule yet. I'm terrible. I really am. It's more just like, what do I want to work on any given day? Like today, I wanted to do 92 eBay listings and a whatnot auction just out of the blue.
Here's my list. Here's my list for today: TikToks, YouTube, list new stuff, and then I practice my autograph.
No, that definitely says lust new stuff.
Did I practice? I even did
practice your autograph? Are you in middle school?
I just practiced my autograph just in case. You never know when somebody might ask.
This guy, Carrie. You don't know this, guys. This is Carrie's little dirty secret, and I'm gonna bring it out right now. He loves being recognized. Like when he gets recognized, he gets so excited. He'll call me and be like,
"It is my cocaine." We can
say. Did it happen today?
It did.
Today it happened for me. Did it happen for happen for you? Yeah, and you know what else? I also got recognized as Harry Tornado, which happens every couple of weeks for me too. Like, hey Josh, Harry Tornado, and I'm like, nope, not that one, not the rich one. His phone number, though. Hey, speaking of Josh's phone number, so I accidentally included Kevin's phone number in the $100 tier.
No,
Josh upgraded too, so I have to send him your phone number.
Wait, yeah.
Harry Tornado. And if someone else buys it, they're getting it too. So just heads up. Kevin's phone number, $100, you're getting it, and you get roasted by Carrie. That's a win-win.
Have you ever given your phone number to somebody you regretted?
Yeah. Regretted?
I heard
no, because there's a block button.
Years ago, I heard Pete say something along those lines, like, "I don't give my phone number out anymore. I really have regretted it." And I'm like, "That's something about."
Remember when Cincinnati Picker put his phone number on a video?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He said, "Call me if you need any help."
Because he wanted us. That's because didn't he want to sell us something? Wasn't that?
I think he was selling a timeshare or something.
Yeah, it's like a timeshare involved at the end of that.
By the way, I want to just give a huge shout out.
When people message me on accident, I don't like deleting it, and sometimes I stay in families' discussions that I'm not supposed to be in. I've done it because it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
And then I just listen. Like there was literally a Christmas one a couple years ago. I was just knowing what was happening for their Christmas.
I just want to give like an invite and a shout out. So a viewer reached out. They have a timeshare in Orlando, and they invited me and my family to stay in it for free. Okay. So we could go to like the theme parks, and I just, I want to encourage that kind of behavior. You have time.
I got a message
that you want to let me in for free. I'm all for it.
Carrie, you watched the video about the trailer today, and I talked about taking it out and whatever, and I got 3 or 4 messages within 4 or 5 hours of that video posting of places, and I had somebody in Napa say, "Hey, we have this Airbnb in Napa. You and your wife." I'm like, "Really?" Like, maybe I'll take you up on that one.
But you can't even bring it in your own vehicle. You have to have Death Pile Picker with you, which is like the ultimate negative of this whole plan. Like, how can you take a beautiful thing and destroy it? You're forced to bring.
Did you not hear that he's already destroyed it? He. I'm sitting there watching the reseller rally recap. There's too many R's in that.
Yeah.
And Mike is on the show, and he was talking about almost getting in an accident and all the damage on this thing and the wheel and this. And I'm like,
I feel like I feel like it's more dangerous having Mike hanging out with you than you driving the trailer, because it's like having Mike hang around with you is like hanging out with somebody who's constantly picking up like landmines and like hand grenades and doesn't know if they're live or not, and sometimes they're live. Yeah, or care, and you might get some of that shrapnel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you put his name on the side of the thing, man.
But for all the
that
people,
was a questionable.
When he gets canceled, which it will happen. But you're gonna have to Supply Hut. Never talk about it again. Like we're supposed to forget about the Supply Hut. We know it existed.
We are still aware of Supply Hut.
So for all the folks who went to the Thirsty Beaver, they remember Mike driving and pulling into the Thirsty Beaver. He's not exactly
the worst bar, and I don't even go to bars. We walked across the street to a much better bar.
No. It smelled so weird in there.
Yeah,
I don't understand
Beaver,
why it smelled so weird.
I just have this feeling that he was 18 the first time he went. He just has this iconic view of it, like it was, I don't know, whatever, 1973. He walked in, he had his long flowing hair.
Do you know what?
We should get them to sponsor
this. I think
podcast.
Kevin might be having a small midlife crisis.
No, he's having a large midlife crisis, dude.
It might be like a real thing, Kevin. Do you feel like you're having your midlife crisis?
No.
Like if you really think about it, like take a step back.
I think there are moments.
Yeah. Trash Cat Rescue said, "How serious are you guys about this meetup so the poor people can start to plan?" Well, that's a good point. The poor people need a plan, Kevin. That means me and Carrie. That means me and Carrie need to be planning.
They're slightly less poor because you're not.
How can we mooch money from? Listen, I don't know what the price is going to be. This guy, he's coming back with 6 venues. We're going to see what it looks like, but it's going to be fun. I'm excited about it. It's going to be better. I'm just going to say
this much I know.
Now,
if we are short on the money, Kevin will cover it. That much I know.
Any shortage will come out of Kevin's paycheck. That's the plan.
But now that they know that you can bring them along, like here's Flippin' Lucky here says, for those of us who can't go to these events, we greatly appreciate Dave taking us along. So now that they know.
Dave will be live at all these events nonstop now.
Okay, so this is a great idea. The live now costs $50 to get in.
Oh, dude.
Great idea, Kevin. That is a great way.
Walk around with your camera, and Carrie can walk around with a bucket.
Yeah.
It's like,
do you want to watch me like fail at doing the worm on the dance floor and just getting stuck because I can't get back up? Pay for
beautiful. You got to watch the vertical video if you want to see Carrie dancing. So there's 2 lives from the boat. The one that was shot in, like it was Carrie did it this way. That's the one where you can see Carrie do the worm, and it is a nightmare. It's a nightmare to behold.
It's sexual, is what I would say. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
And there is a segment of people who would be interested in that.
You missed my wife dancing.
Subset.
Roman didn't. I
didn't see Heather
I was
dancing.
videoing Roman while Roman was videoing my wife. I just wanted, and then he had to send me the footage and sign an NDA.
Oh, and he had to
just like you did with eBay, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the eBay NDA thing. Did you do a video like all about how eBay is looking for our help or something? Did I see that as a title?
I think he was stuck. Yes. I think he's fallen and couldn't get up. And he just did a video and sent it out.
It was eBay asking resellers to contact their congressman about the 1099 and making sure it does not go to the $600 level this year, making sure it goes way up or remains where it is.
I want it to go to the $600 level. I like that idea.
I think there's a double-edged sword. If you watch my video, I talked about it.
I don't want to watch it.
It's going to limit the people who can get into the marketplace, or at least remove lower sellers, which is less competition. But at the same time, there's a lot more added cost for eBay processing all that stuff. And where are they going to get the money from? If they have less sellers, there's less people selling, there's less revenue. Plus, sellers are also buyers, especially lower level sellers.
Here's the thing. They should get angel investors, and then they should go public. I've watched Shark Tank. I know what eBay should do.
eBay.
I've been watching Silicon Valley.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Although it's a little frustrating, Silicon Valley. So I had this weird phenomenon, right? I've been pulling a bunch of action figures out of my shipping container, and while I was there, I found a few action figures that I remembered I had listed for a lot of money before I took down my store. And so, like, one of them was a little Funko Mystery Mini of Carl, like, blood splattered. And I remember when I first looked him up, probably a year ago when I first bought him, I saw a sold comp for like $80, and there was none listed. So I was like, I'm just gonna list high, and I listed it at $150, and I never got any action on it for like 11 months. Took down my store, find it in the shipping container. There's still no sold comps, but there's several listed for $150. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm listing it for $79.99.
So
because it sold instantly.
Yep,
dude,
which I'm totally fine with.
Dude, you did.
I'm totally
you did
fine
the
with
long
that.
con. You set up a price. Everybody copied your price, and then you undercut it a year later.
I undercut them by half a year later.
The
That's
unintentional
right,
long con. I love it.
Exactly.
I like that, yeah.
So,
and I did the same thing with Big Buford. That's like frog I got carry with you. It was a Jemmy frog that sings.
Dude, that
and it was
cool.
like there was one sold.
Dawn was
comp
so
for like,
upset she didn't get that too. By the way.
there was one sold comp for like $80 that day. And I had it listed for $150 for like 11 months, but it wasn't in good condition. Like some of the rubber's peeling. I come back, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to list it for $50, sold in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
I can't tell you how many sales I got in the last few weeks from doing the same process you did and looking up the current comps and seeing that they're obviously lower. Because if they were going higher, they would have sold as they went higher.
Mine was more like, so I'm selling it for less than I probably could get, but I'm just fed up that I still have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, screw this crap. I want it gone.
Yep.
I've had it for over a year now. I'm just freaking going to sell it for below what it's worth and get it gone. I'm still going to make a huge profit because I made $5 for the frog and 50 cents
You
for
found
the
the
Funko Mystery
lucrative.
Man.
You found the lucrative. What is it? It's like the slow nickel is what you found.
Yes,
you made a
super
nickel
slow
and
nickel.
very slow.
A very slow nickel,
So
not the
less
slow
money
dime.
and took a long time.
Like
You got the
lose,
best
lose.
of both worlds. I love it.
Exactly.
So I blame you, Dave. So when I'm buying all these Motu things today, I'm seeing all these modern action figures too, and I'm buying them, and I'm like, I would never buy these, but I'm like, hey, Dave is doing these auctions. I'm like, I guess
Why
I'll.
not? Yeah,
One of my favorite things about listing Motu stuff is that is the golden era of naming action figures, especially the villains. They're like, what is it, like Ram Face and like two hands?
Ram
like they just
Man.
literally
Ram
named
Man.
them what
Ram
they
Man.
were. Ram Man, Claw Fist, or what Iron.
What's the serpent one called?
Leg guy. I just sold him on Whatnot, and I couldn't remember
King
his name.
something? Wasn't he like a King Serpent or something?
I've never found that when I found it today. First time I ever found it. I don't think it's worth that much.
Isn't there like one that's like there's like a red one multiple like it has like 50 pieces and you're always missing most of the pieces?
It's like a lobster or something, isn't it?
It's something like that. It's like some weird crustacean.
My wife's telling me, she's like, I did that. I listed that.
It's like those are the boomers who made those toys for us as kids. They were all still listening to Joe Cocker and they were on the LSD or whatever, and they made us toys, and that's why they're so.
Well,
okay, so the red one is Rattler, and then the other guy is King Hiss.
King Hiss, yeah, and King Hiss has the body that sometimes you just get the snake version.
Yeah, just the snake torso. Yeah.
So I saw a reel today that had cartoons that didn't make it out of the 80s. Those cartoons only lasted for, like, Fraggle Rock was only on TV for 1 year.
I love
really,
that show.
And they did reruns forever though.
I just
that was so good.
G.I. Joe was only on for 3. G.I. Joe cartoon was only on for 3 years.
They just did reruns forever. Then they were on every day. I felt like,
or maybe just when we were young, it seemed like forever. I don't know.
Well,
you were talking about
3 years, 2 years.
You were talking about Gummy Bears. Weren't you too old for Gummy Bears, Kevin?
No, I watched Gummy Bears.
Dude, there wasn't as much TV, so they'd rerun more often, right? It wasn't as much variety that you could even have. So I don't know.
I loved Gummy Bears. They had the best theme song.
Hey, so J.K. Hoover said, am I the only one noticing that Carrie has to do all the extra work of stunts and embarrassing things for Patreon?
It's because I do nothing else. It's because I literally do nothing else. I don't edit.
Kevin brings the audience.
Show up like Kevin.
Let's outline the show. Yeah, so Kevin brings the audience. I do literally all the work, and then Carrie does the goofy stuff. I mean, that's just the deal. That's the deal we have.
It is honestly, it is a fair gig because
if
we had to rely on me to do any of the other stuff, we would not have a weekly podcast. We'd have like a bi-monthly podcast.
Carrie, this is the most consistent thing you've done in your entire life. Well, no, you did TikTok for a long time straight.
Yeah, I've always been good with like one thing, and then anything above one thing I struggle with.
Talk about shutting off money. TikTok just shut me down, man. I'm like, what the heck just happened?
I have been watching your content. That might have something to do with it.
No, the content's better than it was.
Yeah, TikTok's weird. It's been a little slow for me on both of my channels. So, yeah, it's weird.
No.
I was seeing if there's any other comments on this podcast, Kevin, because you're not providing any.
I read one.
Any good
ones. I read one.
Yeah, but any good ones?
All right, no, I'll get to one.
Did you catch a fly, Dave? Is that what you're
Brian has one that
There's
has
like a
12
bunch
things.
of mosquitoes in here because when I was bringing in all these lighthouses and stuff, I think they flew in. This is a really cool one. This is like acrylic, Carrie, an acrylic lighthouse.
I mean, that is pretty cool. It kind of feels like
it lights up. It lights up.
On kryptonite or something.
Cool. Yeah, that one's pretty neat. I like it. Part at the end was very funny. Someone said, "Ooh, my pizza's here, guys! How exciting! How exciting!"
Ask him if he wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah, come on, Pizza Man. No, I'm not gonna do that. My door is so far away. My favorite Atari game was. Hey, I bought a bunch of Game Gear games today. Are
Wait a
those
minute.
anything?
Not
Wait a
particularly,
minute.
no.
This
crap.
is somebody got
Not
an
bad.
underhanded. Just mean.
You
Look
do
at
it,
this.
buddy.
Sandra Jewell says, "OMG, you both are so funny. Great time throughout."
me and Carrie.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
me
Yeah, it's
What the
definitely
heck?
me and Dave.
Mhm.
You're both so funny, and
Clearly
Kevin
not
is
me.
there. We get that a lot.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
The box is 12 by 12 by 8 inch.
Ooh,
Carrie,
here's
that's
a
what
good
she
one.
said.
That was.
Dave,
I
tell
thought that
her-
was a good
Yeah.
one because I factored
Dave.
in length and girth. I thought that was perceptive.
Are we talking inches here?
Dave, tell her you're a reseller and you don't care about any of this information and you wish to pay less. This is just like Carrie highlights. And then finally, Kevin the Commonwealth Picker was going berserk about VHS. $1,000, $8 million. Oh, I'm dying. As always, thanks for the laughs, Carrie, says Gulf Coast Sunset.
Has anybody
So,
ever
I really
measured
like you.
like UPS boxes or UPS tape?
I was wondering where you were going there.
USPS. USPS.
I was wondering what we were measuring.
Here you go. Here's
I have.
one.
If you're wondering, yes, I've measured. I
This
have,
one's for
and
you, Carrie.
I lie. Is
Where
what
do
I
you-
do. That's
yeah,
how I
get-
handle it.
where do you start the measuring?
Guitar Missy says the thing I like the best about this podcast is Mr. Williams was not wearing a hat backwards
Oh,
or
he's
at
so
all.
handsome, yeah.
He looked
He's super
mighty
handsome.
handsome, all
Oh,
trimmed
see.
up and smiling. You better watch it, Don.
We got the Carrywell
Oh,
Pigler
darn.
fans in the house. We got the people who love the new me, the almost not bald me.
Have you been trying the alopecia or whatever Kevin recommended?
I've been
Programs.
dabbling. I've been dabbling in alopecia, and it's not helping. It's making it worse, strangely. Here's the thing: I hate taking pills. Do you have to take Propecia? Like, can I get a?
No, it's a suppository.
Yeah,
It's a suppository. Then
Yeah, you
okay.
just put it in your bum.
It's prostate medicine, Carrie, and you know how
Is it
often
really
I go
a
to the bathroom.
Is it? Oh, Propecia's is a suppository for real?
It's prostate. It's for
Oh, I thought it was for your
enlarged
hair.
prostates.
Oh,
That was a side effect for people who were taking it, and so they started to
Oh.
make it a. There you go.
see, that's
And
why I
your
don't want to
prostate
take
gets better.
stuff.
I
Like,
need
'cause I
some
feel
of
like you
this.
take like a pill so that you could just like not have anxiety, and then you end up with like a 12th nipple or something. Like, it's always something else that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
I could
always
see
get,
Carrie-
Someone's gonna lose a nipple in this
I could see
scenario?
Carrie-
lose a nipple.
Looking at the prescription drug and looking at all of the side effects and
I
just
do.
freaking
I
out.
literally do. I don't even like taking aspirin. I prefer Tylenol.
No, I got you.
I have a problem when it comes to that. I have to actually chill out. But
A problem?
Wait, you said you
Many
don't like
problems.
aspirin, you take
I will
Tylenol?
say
Did
that-
I- did I
because
read the
aspirin
double
can
order?
cause like bleeding. That's what it read on the bottle.
Anal bleeding. No, dude, they both can kill you. They both can kill you.
Gosh.
I know that. I'm
So
not
why
taking
you
a whole
like-
bottle.
Oh man, I don't. So
Mm.
these
Dude,
bread
you have to
sticks are
eat
so
during the
hit and
podcast, and you're
No.
being so uncouth.
miss. Uncouth. What does that mean?
Well, you got to Google it.
Carrie, what's your favorite
Not
book?
proper.
What's my favorite book?
Mm-hmm.
I really loved Crime and Punishment, Fyodor Dostoevsky,
Mm.
St. Peterburg's Best. That's one
Kevin,
of my
what about
favorites.
you? What's your favorite book?
That's a tough one. I've got a few. I liked a tiny little book in college called The Law. Bastiat. It's a good book. Y'all should
Bastiat.
read it. If you want to know my
Like-
political opinions,
like-
which I never talk about, you can read that book.
Yeah.
I always thought I always figured like you would be reading back
commie.
then. You would be reading like Common Sense or
Yeah.
whatever by Thomas Paine or something.
I did like Great Expectations. That was a history book. This is not. I like Great Expectations. To Kill a Mockingbird.
I was reading Charles Dickens earlier. It was him talking about a public execution. It was really weird. I don't know why I was reading it, but a TikTok led me there. A TikTok always leads me to weird places. Don't watch TikTok, guys.
Mine is The Name of the Wind. If you
The
care.
Name of the Wind.
That's a great one.
The Good
Check it
Earth.
out.
The Good Earth by
Comment
Pearl
down
S.
below if you
Buck
like that
is
one.
an amazing book. If you guys have ever read that. I was actually about to buy last night, guys. I was about to buy Cien Años de Solitud, which is a Spanish book, because I wanted to practice my Spanish again. But then I didn't
This
do it
episode's
because I
falling off
realized
the
it's
rails.
hard.
Someone's microwaving the background of Kevin. I'm seductively eating breadsticks. Like this one. Kevin's like over. I don't know what Kevin's doing.
I'm just
She doesn't
talking
care
books
about this
by myself.
podcast anymore. She's just going to
Kevin, you
microwave
kind
stuff.
of do look like Ernest P. Worrell.
He does.
A little bit. I do see it.
I've seen
like John
some
Cena
memes
could
lately.
play you. Yeah, I've been seeing some memes.
He
of
looks like
Kevin as the Ernest.
He looks like an emaciated John Cena, is what he looks like. John Cena, but emaciated. Cena. I was using my Spanish. That's supper in Spanish.
So, Carrie, I want to confirm you are going to be delivering a high quality roast of Harold Tornado at the end of this episode, right?
Sure. I'll have
Let's jump into it then.
Welcome to another exhilarating episode of Arbitrage Roast, where I thoroughly destroy one of your reselling videos, and don't forget, you paid me for it. Today I'll be roasting failed insurance salesman Harry Tornado and his massively popular channel named Harry Tornado. Now, his real name is Josh. He has a channel called Harry Tornado with his wife Haley, and what I can only assume is a highly paid dog actor, Mose. I don't feel that there's I feel like it's staged. Most of the dog content feels staged. But let's get into it. Of course, as always, I'm using the power of AI technology, chat, Gumped, or whatever the heck it's called, and I'm clicked on popular, and we're going to check out his most popular video, which for some reason has 3.7 million people. That's a lot of Russian bots he paid for. That's a lot of money coming out of his pocket. It's a riveting title. Those are $5. I mean, I'm hooked. And then that's the thumbnail. And the title is, "She Didn't Know How Much These Were Worth." Well, it kind of feels like you should tell her. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting in there. I'm going to let you know what people tell me. You should be telling her what it's worth and teaching her how to sell it on her own. But let's just get into it.
How much you asking for this?
Let's go.
4? I'll give you 5. How about that?
Of course you're going to give 5. Pander much? Goodness gracious.
Yeah. I've never seen these before.
You know exactly what. You're not too young that you don't know what Rugrats
would you take,
are. Come on, man.
If I bought everything, like
Harry
$20
Tornado.
a piece. What is up, you guys?
Gonna buy it all.
Beautiful Saturday morning here at the flea market, but this one
another
is
grown man in a
normal.
cartoon T-shirt. I've had
weekend,
enough of this.
And I've been hearing a lot of these vendors talk about how good today is going to be.
He's got a beard.
So hopefully,
I
they
have
know
a
what they're
beard.
talking
I trust
about. We
that.
can get out here and find some really awesome items to flip online.
Just remember this, guys. He's just by himself. I guess Haley's there as well, just talking to himself in a parking lot at a flea market. It's a little bit weird, especially when you're doing it. I've done it many times, and it's odd.
Starting off strong.
Shoes? How about you overpay for those? I bet she's going to overpay.
Shoes, sir? 10 each.
10. Offer 15.
It's not bad.
10 is bad. I don't know what they are, but they seem bad. Do the smell test. Those are Nike. Guys. You should buy them all. You've got plenty of money. Dude. Yeah. Classic Harry Tornado shoe content. Yeah. Just making a pile. Doesn't worry about how much it is. Doesn't worry if he can flip it for a profit. They got an IKEA bag.
I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Everybody appreciates everybody, guys. We all appreciate everybody. This is 19 minutes and 40 seconds.
Is this your table too? How much is your Wii?
Wii.
I do $15.
15?
This was 2 years ago.
Could
the
you do
market's
20
different.
If I got the Wii and this little kid's pair of shoes.
Oh,
okay.
Look at him
Trying to save my change
scamming.
and buy
That's
as much from me
$100
as I
pair of
can.
kid shoes, probably. I don't know.
That's right. Thank you. Yep.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
There we go. He's got the flame cons. He's got the Converse with flames. He's not messing around. That's
the first day.
prime flea market material.
Of the day was definitely a great stop. Picked up 5 pairs of shoes and the Nintendo.
He's
Wii
gonna
for
do one of these
$60.
where he
The
interrupts
90s and the 2 pairs of
himself
Black
and
Pumas are
explains what we
pretty
just
basic.
saw,
They should
like
sell
we're
between
like
25
not
and
understanding what's
$30 or
happening.
so plus shipping. But this pair of Asics Gel Keanu 25s is definitely one of the better models of
Is it?
Asics to be on the lookout for. Sold comps on eBay for this exact shoe in used condition are as high as $100.
What's the
plus
low?
Shipping.
I want to know the
Some lower,
low,
like 40
Josh.
to 60 or so, but definitely worth the $10 buy cost here. Again, anytime
Look at
you
it.
pick up Nintendo
Look
Wii's
how
at the flea market,
look how
you guys know we like to bring them
slickly
home,
he's
plug them
putting
in to
his
see if there's a
play
game
button there on the
inside.
side, so
I
you
did
can
that
notice, but
yesterday
you
with the
don't
one
really
we got
notice.
at this guy's booth. It was all taped
That's
up.
called
They'll insert
YouTuber
that
humility,
footage
where you kind of just gently.
Open this up.
When I get my 1,000 or my 100, when do you get a play button? Like at a million? When I get it, it's going in the bathroom, guaranteed. He's gonna speed that up, guys. This would have been 5 hours if he didn't speed this up. Sped up for the time to show. There we go. What are you doing, dude? Just plug it in, okay? Also got a Wii Sports? Wii Sports? Gosh, I'm too tired to be watching a Harry Tornado video. You got to be like on 3 coffees and just have nothing to do. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Wow.
What is it?
Ooh.
I can't see what
Dude, Mario Kart, bro.
Kart,
We did it. Let's go, dude.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, I
It's
love
all
it too,
taped up.
man.
Man, that was
That's
worth
awesome.
it. That was definitely
That,
$15
I don't know if it was worth it, but it
Look how
happened.
clean that thing is.
Yeah, dude.
Not a scratch on
Not
it.
one, bro.
Clemson
Yeah,
Tigers.
we're back.
Where's the logo on the front?
Right here.
Clemson Tigers. Today's the first
Clemson?
football game.
He doesn't
of
know
the year.
anything. Do you know
Clemson
anything
playing
about football
Georgia,
for
I
real?
believe.
I feel like you're like a
Go
fake
Tigers.
football fan.
Drop a comment on this video. Let me
You
know who
had
you're
like an Instagram
rooting
post
for
where
this
you
college
were
football season.
like watching an NFL game. I don't even think you know any
Water
NFL teams, do you? I don't feel like you're a sports
Let's go
guy.
together.
Oh, there we go.
I guess I better get both of them.
He's gonna buy those because gosh knows
somebody
those just
asking on-
fly off the shelves.
Just those two.
I
yeah.
buy them and I never test them because who has like a Commodore 64 to test them on? You know what I mean?
20.
I don't
Too
know.
much.
You could get that camel thing for all your
I don't know.
cigarettes.
Let me look. To be honest with you, we about to sell.
Okay.
So I'll pay
Oh,
as
he-
much as I can. I don't know
honesty.
exactly. I've never seen this one.
Oh, there's another camera.
Camera stuff.
I knew I
Camera
had that one
stuff.
somewhere.
Got an itchy
Let's
nose.
look
Sorry,
at
that's
finding
uncouth
box.
of me. Ooh, look at that, dude. It's worthless. What are you doing? You just saw people asking 20 new in the box. I swear that's what I saw. I have bad eyes, but I think I saw that.
22 plus shipping.
22 plus ship. What are they asking?
In the box,
5?
24. So it's-
Don't buy it,
it's not
dude.
bad.
You're wasting time. It's not good either, though. Let's be
So I'll probably
honest.
pass on this.
No.
Yep.
No, you gotta take it off.
Uh-oh. She's going to guilt you into buying it.
Okay. These three.
Okay.
Oh, look, dude. You caved, man. You
I could
caved,
do I could
bro.
do 20 on those three.
Okay.
No,
20
no,
on all
15.
20 on
15.
everything
Just
together.
give her $15 and leave the stuff, dude.
About 20.
You got good enough content. You don't need the money.
Well, we're at 20
Just
on these.
give her 15 and leave
I
the
couldn't
stuff.
do that.
You
So that
could,
was my
though.
negotiation was just
Just give her
adding this
15.
for 20.
Give me
Okay,
15. You
then.
gave me
that
100.
good?
Give me another 15. Just Venmo
I
it
don't
over.
think so. It's just
Seriously,
all-
that'd be funny. For a joke,
We'll make
when
a
you're
second
watching
round
this
and
part,
come
just
back. We already
Venmo
filled
me.
up our bag.
Venmo me 15. That'd be funny. It'd be hilarious.
she's
I'll
got
share it
one,
on
too.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I will keep the money.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
so
I mean,
much.
it's decent stuff. We'll make around and come back. We're just trying to
You
hit
see,
all the
that's how I
booths
do it.
first.
I don't ask for too much. I just ask for a
What I
little.
love about
Enough
this
to where
last
it's a
week is that
joke.
while
If I ask too
was
much,
talking
you
to
won't
that lady
do it.
Messing around with those joysticks
Oh, he's
that are
back.
worth like $8 and $20 respectively. Haley comes up.
Where do you
with
get,
this
like, the
Pentax
purple
PC
background
35
lights?
AF film
You know what I mean?
camera that's still in the box.
It's just Amazon,
it's not
right?
New, it is used, but
I
it
feel
looks to
like
be in
he's
really
in
good
like
shape. I
if
need
he
to
was
get
like 12 and he
some
could
batteries to test it
imagine
out,
his
but she brings
bedroom.
it, she's like, hey,
I
look
feel
at
like
this.
that's what
Sold
this
consoles of this
is.
thing are like $90 plus
Look at this.
shipping, and I'm
He's
just
got
over
that
there,
fake
like I said, messing
YouTube
around with
excitement. I love it.
basically
Look at
working
this,
on it while
guys.
Haley's finding the
Look
good
at this,
stuff. So,
guys.
shout out
It's
Haley
slime, and you
White
could
for
just
finding,
make stuff
a
out
much
of it.
better item than I have yet.
That's a good way
There we
to
go.
do those bags right there.
Those cons are
Yeah.
cool. I'll give you credit for the cons.
Everybody always says that.
What are they, like size 4, maybe
Oh,
5?
yeah. All right, Haley, we're buying that guy's wagon. How much is your
Oh,
wagon?
look at that. Buy the
The red
wagon.
one.
Red one? Asking 45.
Yeah, is
45?
there another? Do they make other colors of wagons? They're always red wagons, aren't they? Well, that's like a black wagon.
Taking
though.
off, you know.
It's like a metal one. That looks dope.
We
Buy
would
it.
get a lot of use out of it. And it'd be
Yeah.
a business expense.
Yeah.
You can around the flip back.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
That one is, you can, actually, you can,
That's awesome.
and,
Is
You
it
take
though?
40 for it?
I feel like it's not awesome.
Okay.
I feel like it's
I'll give you
useful.
40 for it.
you get a,
Worst
Awesome
case, we'll
seems
just
a
go
little
to the
bit
ATM.
exaggerated. Look at all that cash. He doesn't have Dave level cash.
Yeah,
Dave
you-
has
you-
way
you
too
owe her
much money.
10%.
Kevin, also Commonwealth Picker, has a lot of money, but
This
it's
is
all
awesome.
ones, and it's from the night before. So
Oh. Do you offer roadside assistance?
banter, banter.
You got insurance.
So much
Triple
banter.
A, yeah.
Triple
Some
A.
golf
Get out of town,
sandals.
you
ever seen these?
scamp. Look at that.
These are awesome.
Those are all.
Is this yours?
Look at that.
How much you asking for the sandals?
How much are you asking? You know what the names are.
I'll
Tell
give
them
you
for
$5 on
how
that.
much for the foot joys that are worth
Yeah,
$45 on
golf
eBay.
Yeah.
That's what you should be asking.
people wore sandals.
As an ethical
It's
reseller.
pretty rare.
I'm just
It's-
saying.
You gotta find somebody that's
On the bottom, I was like, yeah.
golf
They're,
sandals.
are they rare? Are they golf? Oh,
appreciate
they're
you.
golfing sandals. That makes sense.
You messed your game up. Not my fault.
At least I get
I'm
weird
assuming you're
tan
not
lines
good
out
at
of it.
golf, right? No, I've actually heard
Good,
you're
how are
okay,
y'all?
but I'm gonna assume you're
Here's
bad
a-
either way.
Dooney.
Oh, a Dooney and Burke. You got to be careful because most of those are fake. And yeah, I don't like buying bags. eBay, apparently eBay's like trying to like get you kicked off unless like you have a discussion with them and you
Usually
sign an
they tag it
NDA
in,
or
so
something
it's
like
made in
Kevin
USA.
did.
You can just look at like the stitching, like the inside is like suede
stitching.
leather, like
I love
the
this.
stitching's all like
Teach
really-
us.
it's
Teach
definitely
us something you read
much you
briefly
asking
on
for
an
this?
article on Google 6 years ago.
I'll give you 5. How about that?
Pander
You get it.
McPanderton.
You get
I
it.
love it. I love it. You're the Flippy McFlipperson of pandering.
What's up, man? Let me finish this transaction
Oh,
real fast.
he's a
Thank you so
fan,
much.
man.
Appreciate that. Yeah, what's up, man? What's your
He
name?
just walks away. He
Nathan,
doesn't even
awesome.
shake
Are you
hands.
out here wheeling and dealing?
Come on, man. He's a fan.
Are you out here
Oh,
wheeling
or is this?
and dealing?
Oh, this is the fan.
My
Never mind.
Second time, only my first time. I found a
There we
couple
go.
tackle boxes and
Yeah.
full of stuff.
Nice.
And
This should be a
Let
good,
him know
good
that those
day,
aren't
you know,
worth
Labor Day
anything.
weekend.
He's your fan. Don't lead him
party
astray.
and we
Oh, we
plus
party?
votes for
Dude, we party is like a
$35.
$40 game, I
I
think.
know.
Is
I
it?
know.
That's awesome.
We party.
Money to be made, man.
I know. And then
There we go.
Records for my sister as well.
You got
we
a
go.
Christmas gift. Christmas
You see, he's
coming up.
trying to like move away,
See ya.
like really
Thank y'all.
quickly, but like the guy won't let him.
Need some corned beef, Haley?
There's a lot of awkward moments. If you ever meet Josh in person,
That's right,
there's a
we have
lot of
plenty of corned
awkward
beef at
moments.
home.
He's usually got a white claw and he's a little bit angry typically.
We're doing great. How are you?
Just kidding. Just kidding. I feel bad now, as usual. Mid roast, I want to apologize for everything I've said and everything I will say. Those shoes are pretty dope, honestly. Those are like very 90s, but they're
Couldn't
new.
do it.
They're new, but I know they're like 90s-ish.
My baby done played
much?
basketball a little bit. I don't know why.
Look at that. Showing off how much you sold them for. What if these people watch this? What, isn't it a weird culture we live in where we literally just go look through
Yeah.
junk, we film it, and then we brag about it, and then
these?
people watch it. YouTube pays us a
just
second
really
time,
watch, not just
and
saying.
then we go to things like FlipCon, and first off, who knows how much money Josh made at FlipCon? Let's just put that out there. That dude's
Well, how
making
much
millions,
is-
I'm assuming,
15?
based on facts I'm making up
so
and not on
25
reality.
total.
And yeah, dude,
This
it's
is
a weird world we
25.
live
Yeah,
in.
we'll
man.
just throw them in the wagon.
I'm assuming he's
Do you have change
negotiating,
for
which would have been
220s?
boring anyway.
Okay.
Oh, look at
awesome.
that. You always bring like fives
Those
and
are size.
tens, dude. Rule number
Yeah,
one.
those are pretty cool.
Well, rule number one is you don't talk about your yard selling and your thrifting because you don't want to give away your secrets. And you're giving away all the secrets for everybody right now, dude. There we go. This, I would have cut this part out where nothing's...
they're like
Oh,
you.
wait. Oh, they're with...
No, but
Haley's whispering. I can't hear.
I'll look at them at least.
$15. Thank
Awesome.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Ah,
How much are those gray ones she's got right there?
how much? Are those Hey Dudes? I can't see. Look at...
That's a cool looking shoe.
What are they?
I don't think I've ever seen Sauconys that look like that.
Oh, Sauconys. Sauconys aren't good, right? I feel like Sauconys were like 70s shoes, right? They were like old school tennis shoes. Like something Elvis would have wore when he was
Yeah.
playing racquetball.
We just paid
Something
$40
like that.
for this wagon.
Of course you did. Yeah, overpay for stuff, dude. It's content anyway.
Yeah.
He's
And he
making
put
the
it together
money.
for us.
You
And he
know,
gave
he's
us
making the money on the
roadside
content, folks, as you know.
You too. Oh, we got
Look at that strategically placed trash
How you
can
doing,
right in
Dave?
the middle of the walkway.
Good.
Seems like a hazard.
Those are pretty cool.
Those actually are
How
cool.
much are these?
10.
10?
I can do 10 on those.
Yeah, you can.
For my
You could do
robot
15
costume
though.
for Halloween.
You could do 15. I'm just saying.
8, 9.
See how like YouTubers will only pander once. They'll make
Nope.
it the start of their
Throw it away.
video, but the rest of the time
Thank you so much.
there's no more pandering.
No,
It makes
instead
it
of
more
shirts that say
pandery
we
that
have
way.
a bag. We need to say we have a
We
wagon.
have a wagon.
We have a wagon.
All right, we just unloaded the first batch. We're gonna go down
There
the
we
first
go.
row again, pretty quickly, just to see if anybody else put out anything new, and then we're gonna go to the.
I
back
love flea
corner,
markets. I
which
honestly
should be.
don't go to flea
Should be
markets
pretty
that
good. There's some pretty
often.
good stuff
In
back there
Utah, I
as
used to
well.
go all the time. The ones in Vegas, I
today's
haven't
a
had
good
much
day.
success with, unfortunately. But a good flea market is good,
I'm tired.
and the content's fun. You know, maybe not from Josh, but like from other content creators.
Sauconys.
Sauconys,
Those are
dude.
pretty cool.
Even I know that.
Right.
Suck it to
Hey,
ya.
$10. Let's
10?
see.
Offer 5, bro. Come on.
Rugrat, what
Rugrats.
kind?
Ooh. Rugrats. In a Little Mermaid, like little luggage. It's fitting.
Oh wow.
Dude, in a Angelica
Angelica.
backpack within an Ariel suitcase. That's the most 90s thing
That
I've
is
ever
super
seen.
cool.
That is super cool. Yeah. Dude, it's Tommy Pickles in a Reptar outfit, bro. Dude, that's
Never
the
seen these
dad.
before.
I'm assuming Kevin would be the name, probably. Look at that. Chucky, man. Chucky with a hat. Another Reptar. Dude, I would pay, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I would pay like $10,
Yeah,
maybe
this is
50.
cool.
If they gave
We
us
went
everything,
for
the
this
suitcase and the bag,
those
I'd pay
Sauconys.
20.
The,
See
those
how
10 on
much he
those?
gets it for. 10 and...
I don't really know how much it's worth. I
You,
grew
yeah,
up
you
with
do.
rats.
Yeah, you do.
I looked them up, and somebody was selling
Uh-oh.
three,
You don't wanna hear
four
that.
of them for like
$70, $80.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Do any of them have like dates or
Wow.
anything?
They're from 1997.
Yeah, you're not getting that at a random, flea market from YouTubers who don't like to pay for anything unless it's like on camera, which it's all on camera. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal.
Let's see how
Sure,
much.
they're old. 'Cause,
Offer
like, they're not
$10.
Not gonna make them.
For sure. Yeah.
Offer
You can
$10.
look them up. They're the ones with the, soft body and
Yeah.
I think are these like from Burger King or something?
the best I could do because I didn't get them.
Let's see. What's the best? 25. Close enough. Just do it. Do it. Do it, Harry.
Yeah. So we're at 35.
Do it.
25 and
Do
10.
it. Do it, Tomato Man. The Tomato Man. Yeah.
Re-catch it. You see?
Okay. The backpack's broken.
Oh, yeah.
So you
But it's dated.
see that's after the sale. You find out though.
Oh yeah, the back's from 1987. That's cool.
The backpack is dope.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know that backpack would be so huge on Dave
Yeah.
though? Because Dave's that
we'll
backpack he
throw
wears
it in the
everywhere.
wagon.
It's a child's
We finally
backpack,
invested
but
in
it
something.
looks gigantic on his
it's
tiny
just small. Yeah, that's
just
fun.
weird body that he has. But it's his, you know. You got to do what you got to do, and he's got to carry like 7,000 batteries around because I'm not going to, and I need to use them.
Josh.
Yes, sir. How are
Hey,
you?
Gilbert.
look at this,
Gilbert?
dude.
Haley. Pleasure, man.
He's like
Good to
the
meet you.
he's like the Rick
I did
Barry
see a tag on
of
the
flea
backpack.
marketing.
It's definitely
Everybody
from
knows who he is.
1997, so that's like a
He's doing
vintage
granny
backpack,
free
so I'm
throws.
assuming- and the
He's
Rugrats,
just
they're not going to
just
make
making money,
after the show.
shaking hands,
They're definitely
shaking
old.
babies, kissing hands, whatever you're supposed to do.
Those like cloth ones.
Yeah.
Gosh, nothing is better
This
than going to a
vintage
flea
Rugrats
market.
backpack
Oh
filled
wait,
with vintage Rugrats action figures was a super cool find for just $25.
we just saw it. We know.
I looked
We know how much you
online, and I
paid.
could
You
not
could have cut all
find
that
any sold
out.
comps for $70 to $80, like this nice lady was
course you
talking about.
didn't, yeah.
But there are a good amount of sold comps for individual figures for like 5, 6.
It was probably
10,
like
$15
one
or
person
so. And
that-
we have
that
a
asked
ton of
that
them, some
much was probably
multiples.
what
So
it
I
was.
decided to list everything on eBay as a big lot, the backpack and all.
Now
the
he would
action
just put it
figures
on
together.
Whatnot.
So I'll
And
throw
here's
some
like
pictures on the
here's the
screen
brilliance of
our
what
actual
he's
eBay
doing.
listing. Now, I didn't
He
know if I
goes and
wanted to
buys it,
auction or
right?
list it as
He
buy
gets
it now.
paid for the
Lately, we
content.
haven't had
He
a ton of luck with
underpays the
auctions,
people.
so I think I'm
Then
just
he
gonna
goes
list
and
the
puts it
whole
on
lot
Whatnot.
for,
Gets
like,
paid
I
from
don't know,
Whatnot
something
to
around
do the.
150
Wow,
bucks
dude!
or so,
What a
plus shipping,
life!
turn on
What a
best
life!
offer and just
What a
see
cool,
happens. I
cool
don't
thing we
know how
got
many
going.
people
You
there
got
are out there in
going.
the world that
I'm
collect
just,
vintage
like
Rugrats
way
action
down the
figures, but I have
coattails.
never seen them in the wild in the course of 2 or 3 years of doing reselling. So I think it was a really cool find
But
for
we
$25.
did get
I do think
$100
we're gonna
from
make a
you,
lot of
so
money on
thank
this.
you,
I just
sir.
don't know exactly how
That's 33 and a half dollars
I
each,
remember you came to our
which,
yard
from
sale.
what I understand, Kevin
Yep.
holds an escrow for 1 year or 2 years.
Absolutely.
I don't remember. I have not seen any of it yet. It's in escrow,
far.
which I have
It
not
is, man.
Googled
It's
yet,
a
but
blast.
at some point I think we will receive some of that money. I do
Every day
trust
is a-
Kevin wholeheartedly.
It's fun time. Yeah, good to see
You know, I don't think any of the money from the podcast
hookahs?
paid for that trailer.
No hokas?
I don't think he would do
Okay.
that to us. But I mean, it's suspiciously big. But I'm not gonna. I trust him.
Oh, good to meet you guys.
Hey, he's meeting another
Hello,
person.
How are you?
Look at this. This is
we
our
love meeting
subtle
people,
way
so
of
never
saying
feel-
we want you to
never
come up
feel,
and say hi to us because it
shy.
fills our ego.
Somebody else
right?
does. That's awesome. Did you guys find anything good?
If he was honest, he would say he falls asleep
Yeah, this
to your
is like-
videos.
that's-
Because if
we
I
don't
wasn't
really
on
go
camera
any
right
further that way.
now,
The good stuff's
I would be
usually
like in
here
hour
on
2
over,
of
so-
REM sleep right
Today's
now,
a good day
dude.
so far.
You know, shiny, happy people
Good to meet you guys.
everywhere.
You ready to sell everything yet?
Look at this.
Like realistically,
He's
what
like
would you
the
take,
Commonwealth
like, if I
picker
bought
without
everything,
the
like,
accent or the charm.
$20 a piece. 25 a piece for everything, even the kids' shoes.
Wow. They said no to 20 a piece, really?
Okay.
Wow.
So for like this table here, we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21, 22.
Josh really wants a title, a thumbnail for his video
60
right here.
pairs.
And it worked
So
because he made a lot of
$20
money
a
off this
piece,
video,
that'd be
so
1,200.
it's good thinking. 1,200.
Yeah, $1,200.
1,200.
60. Well, what's 60 times 25? 50.
It's
So
400.
you're looking at
400,
1,500.
4 to
everything, 60
800,
times
somewhere in
25.
that range, I'm guessing. I failed math many times. You got a calculator on your phone, dude.
1,500. Yeah. So
Look at him.
15 is 12.
$1,500,
them
dude.
are
You
better
got
than
it,
others,
bro.
so that's the problem.
You got it.
not
Future
bad.
you would
I
be
mean,
like,
that's- I
buy
feel like
that
that's a fair
because
deal.
we're gonna
I
do
just
so
gotta-
well on this
I
video.
gotta think about it, you know. I mean, at 25,
though?
I think we'd probably lose money on some of them. Like these
You're gonna
Filas,
lose
I
money
don't
at
think we
20,
make
but I
money
want
at
to see you
25
buy
bucks on
them. You know what
those.
I'm saying?
But others,
I'm surprised they didn't take
pretty
20
good.
a piece. That's what I'm saying.
we're not doing that today. No. But at least now we know what we're working with. Thank you. We'll come back next week and ask you.
Haley,
again.
shut it down.
See, we just got to keep asking.
She was thinking. She wasn't worried about the video.
Like,
She's like, that's impractical and not smart.
We should come out here and sell one day. Video could be.
You did, didn't you?
Every day, just to buy stuff for the flea market, and then
now you do that, but you just go to the bins and then you put it on.
To see how much money
you put it on Whatnot, which is actually a good idea.
2 for $5 or 5 for 2.
So there you have it, guys. That was our flea market.
He's back.
He's back. Past weekend, as always.
He's back in his childhood room with his plaque.
Wheeling and dealing.
His every good fight needs.
We got a ton of great shoes today.
Hits. What? I don't know. I can't read it because it doesn't make. It's like too many squiggly lines. I don't know what the heck it says.
Mario Kart inside. We absolutely love.
You're talking so fast, man.
Calm
down. Take a breath.
Good luck with those hidden inside games. So
it's a really nicely manicured beard,
all we ask is that you take a couple seconds and hit that like button for us down below. And if you
is there music playing? I thought there was like music in my room. I have my headphones on. I'm like, who's playing music?
You're the best, and we'll catch you.
Am I?
On the next one.
Please help me. Please help. I've been trapped here forever. Please. Please help me.